A very warm good afternoon from Oman Cricket Academy ground number 2 for the men's T20 Premier Cup match number 8 to be played between Saudi Arabia and Malaysia. We have a wonderful match before that between Bahrain and UAE. The 8th match will be played between Malaysia and Saudi Arabia. Both the teams are very good. Malaysia has played a good match yesterday, just nail-biting finish for them. They lost to Nepal. But again, it was first match for Saudi Arabia today. We'll have to see how they are going to bat and how going to the bowl first. So before that, let us go to Mr. Suresh Deeman for the toss.
It's the toss time at ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024 at Oman Cricket Academy, Turf 2. To my left, the captain of Malaysia team, Virendradeep Singh. And to my far left is the captain of Saudi Arabia, Hisham Sheikh. And the match referee for today's match is Hamim Talwar. Malaysia will flip the coin and Saudi will call. Head is the call.
Malaysia.
Malaysia wins the toss. What do you choose?
We'll have a bat first.
Okay. Any specific reason to choose bat first?
Again, I think it's the second match of the day. So we probably want to put a good score on the board and hopefully defend the score.
Right. Any total in your mind?
Well, I think the previous game was a high-scoring game, so I think the wicket looks like it's slightly more flatter than the other one. So I think we'll be looking at high 180 to 200.
180 to 200, that's come from Malaysia. The captain, Virendradeep Singh. Thank you, all the best. The captain of Saudi Arabia. How do you look at the toss?
Yeah, I think it's a good wicket. I don't think it will change much, looking at how it's rolled. But we'll like to restrict them before 160.
So happy to lose the toss.
Not really, but we wanted to bat first as well. But I don't think it will deviate much. So we trust our batting. So let's.
Okay, here you go. All the best. That's all from the center. Malaysia winning the toss and choosing to bat first.
So the news from the center, Malaysia has won the toss and they've elected to bat. Let us go for the team first. Malaysia, it will be Ahmed Faiz, Virendradeep Singh, Syed Aziz, Vijay Unni, Muhammad Amir Azim, Shahrukh Munade, Nazim Saqib, Pradeep Singh, Ahmed Akil Wahid, Muhammad Wafiq Khan and Khidr Hayat Durrani. Joining me in the com box is Pranav Mehta. Will take you to the Saudi Arabian team.
Hisham Sheikh, the captain, no two thoughts about it. It's the first time that they're going to be seen on TV here from the Oman Cricket Academy. So we don't know much about the players, but this line looks very much impressive. Abdul Wahid, Abdul Manan Ali, Faisal Khan, Waji Al Hassan, Ishtiyaq Ahmed, Zain ul Abidin, Kashif Abbas, Osman Najib, Osman Khalid, Ahmed Raza. And this is the side that has been spoken about a lot in the recent past. They've been doing wonders all around. It's a brilliant side from Saudi Arabia. That's what we've been hearing. And these are going to be first visuals from this wonderful tournament, ACC Men's Premier Cup, Oman 2024. Yes, what an incredible match. And they're put to test against the side of Malaysia that was so good yesterday against Nepal. A below par score. It was courtesy of the captain, in my opinion. I'm being a little bit harsh on Virendradeep Singh, the captain. He's a young lad, 25 years of age. But I believe he wasn't able to accelerate when it was required. This is a different day, different ground. And he did mention that he was looking for somewhere around 180, 200. So the intent is something that we would want to see.
Well, absolutely spot on. Yes, of course, the captains have the mindset for them. And of course, this is a very, very beautiful batting track. It is Muhammad Amir Azim for Malaysia who is opening the innings for them. And we'll have to see who this on the strikers end.
We would want to see a page from the match that was played previously. Ishtiyaq Ahmed, who's going to be bowling the attack. So for Saudi Arabia, first visuals. We've been wanting to see what Saudi Arabia has to offer. It is going to be Ishtiaq Ahmed that is going to be bowling that first delivery to the left-hander of Malaysia. So much that is spoken about, Jamil Bhai, about Saudi Arabia, the way they have transformed. This is a very fresh, very new side. They're very talented. What do you think about it?
Well, let's go to the first delivery. Bank on target, slower one, strike to bowl within the wicket. Absolutely, Saudi has really developed themselves in a very fighting unit under the guidance of Kabir Khan, if I'm not wrong, is coach for Saudi Arabia. They have come here before also. They did well in the last match. It is something which has been taped, which has been putting on the fingers, and it has been the umpires who are asking them to take off their one. And it is Virender Singh, Virendip, and Mohammad Amir Azim. They do have a brilliant batter, Faiz Ahmed, Malaysia.
Angling it away from the left-hander. Wonderful visuals, Jamil Bhai. When you're looking at something as good as Ishtiaq, he's looked to angle the ball away from the left-hander. It'll be interesting to see if he has something similar to offer to the right-hander as well. What do you make of Saudi Arabian transformation in the last few years?
They have done superbly throughout this last 4.5 years. Last time they came here, they beat a couple of teams, but unfortunately they lost the match against Oman, and that they couldn't reach the semi-finals, if I remember not wrong there. So the first run came off the bat of Mohammad Amir Azim, just angling the bat towards the gully point and get a single.
He has a smooth action, doesn't he? Ishtiaq, yes, he does move the ball away from the right-hander on this occasion, spraying in line, and it'll be signaled as wide by the umpires. The officiating has been top-notch here at the Oman Cricket Academy. The best of umpires are here available on duty, and they are controlling the centre on both these grounds at the Oman Cricket Academy.
So far. Once again outside the off stump, and what a starter for Saudi Arabia. Brilliantly taken at the short cover, outside the off stump, tried to pick the gap, couldn't hold properly, and a very good catch in the short covers.
Picture speaks 1,000 words. Yes, we were all praises in words just a while back about Saudi Arabia and how they have transformed. Here's to showcase how they have transformed in terms of picture. What a wonderful diving low catch on his left. That's not his speciality. That's not his favored side. And it is going to be the first blood that Saudi Arabia are going to be drawing. And it's going to be the captain who was the mainstay of the very first delivery. He's going to be departing without troubling the scorers, Virendip Singh. And these are wonderful signs if you're a Saudi Arabian fan.
Dream start for any team, taking the wickets from the very first over. And all credit goes to Saudis. Of course, if you get a wicket in the very first over, for now the confidence of each and every player in the field goes sky high. This is Sherwin Munayande, the Malaysian number 3 batter.
He was one of the performers from the match yesterday. Sherwin Munayande loves to play his shots. Initial advantage in favor of Saudi Arabia. The captain, the man who has been one of the top performers for Malaysia, has departed. 2-4-1 Malaysia. Angling it away, and they've come here with the intent, Malaysia. Very first delivery, shot and wide, and Sherwin has given it the beating. Right over point. What a wonderful strike from the bat of Sherwin. He is carrying the confidence from yesterday.
The bad delivery and nicely played over the cover point boundary for 4, high over the head of the cover point fielder. So bad delivery, right results for the batter. So started with the bang, Sherwin.
They're a top-notch side, Saudi Arabia. They'll have to prove it in the middle. Nudged on the leg side, and they will get a quick single. Mohammad Amir Azim was in the area of attack. by that furious throw from the Saudi Arabian fielder. In time to just get out of action. Ishtaq wouldn't mind those figures. 5 deliveries, 7 runs conceded, and 1 wicket to his name. And that wicket, prize wicket of the captain, the opposing captain, Virundeep Singh, the mainstay performer over the last few years.
Definitely, yes. This time just hammered it out towards the fielder at mid-on, and they go for the quick single. That's a nice way to get off. So the end of over number 1, it is 8 for 1, Malaysia. So the first over cost 8 runs, of course a wicket to Ishtaq. Was talking about this man Ahmad Faiz. He was the captain of an Asian team when we visited 2011. Beautifully played and excellently fielded as well.
Contest is on offer. Malaysia versus Saudi Arabia. It's an even Steven contest. This is an elevated, elegant, young Saudi Arabian side. Beautifully square driven and equally well fielded. There was backup on offer as well. This is what you get when you're practicing and when you're practicing hard. The Saudi Arabian Ahmed Raza. He's bowling from that side which will offer some assistance for the pacers. The Wadi end. Once again square driven. On this occasion won't concede a single. It'll be interesting to see, Jameel bhai, who are the bowlers that Saudi Arabia look to use, especially from the hockey stadium end, because that's the side that was taken apart by both the sides in the previous game. This is obviously Oman Cricket Ground number 2.
Open the face with the bat. Sloppy fielding by the fielder at short cover, resulting in 2 valuable runs for Malaysia. Problem is not the end now. Problem is not the bowler who is bowling from either end. Either it will be from the comb box end or from the hockey stadium end. The bowler's intention should be to bowl
through the legs of the fielder. Something that he'll not be happy looking at the big screen. The fielder at covers. You're right, Jameel bhai. Problem is not the bowlers. Problems driven well, and once again through the hands of the fielder at covers. On this occasion, the ball will take a stopping, and 2 runs will be on offer for Malaysia. So runs continue to flow. You're right. To continue my point, the problem is not the bowler. Problem is the commentator and commentator's curse. And that's what threatens the batsmen the most. They're not scared of bowlers, they're scared of commentators.
Well, again, this playing of the mind. Look at that once again. He tried to stop the ball, but once again through to the hands. So 2 confident looking shots from the batter, you can see. This time he played it out beautifully, picked the gap, lovely, through the extra cover for 4.
This is criminal. This is criminal from the fielder at covers. 2-2, and that has allowed the batter, Shravan. He's been the main performer yesterday, and today he's continuing his form, not looking to keep it down whatsoever. Confidence is on his side, and he's replicating it in the center here at the Oman Cricket Academy Ground number 2. This is the all-important ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024. Fended well, and won't get a single on this occasion. 2 overs done, 17 for the loss of Virendra Singh is Malaysia.
Ishtiaq will surely continue after getting a wicket in the very first over. Sherwin looks to be in great touch, Sherwin. This time tried to cut it. Ball came a little up outside the off stump. So that's the area where the bowlers had to bowl, because if they bowl near the bat, look at that one, slightly outside the out stump, lifting delivery. Nicely bowled. That's the area where the bowlers have to try to bowl. Once again, there's a flash outside the off stump. Once again, a bad decision, bad shot from the batter.
They're trying to do something that they are not comfortable with. They're trying to look to get to 200. 180, 200 is not an easy total, not an easy total by any standard. They need to consistently play shots, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. And they will need to make use of this power play. Azim, the batter on this occasion.
Well, 3 successive deliveries, same type of flashing outside the off stump. It is clever bowling from Ishtiaq Pranav.
He's bending his back, Ishtiaq. And that's what is resulting in that extra bounce of Ishtiaq. And he's got a loophole in the batting of Azim, and that's where he's extracting it. Would be interesting to see. What do you think, Jamil bhai? Would he be looking to get Azim off strike with a single, or would he continue with the plan of bowling short and wide on the off stump to Azim?
This time he finally managed to get from the bat itself. Well, if some bowler is seeing the batter is trying to flashing outside the off stump, that is the bowler's mind. He has to play with that. Try to bowl slightly short outside the off stump, a bit lifting delivery. That is difficult for the batters to play.
It'll be interesting. This is going to be a very good contest. Malaysia versus Saudi Arabia. We're getting first visuals of Saudi Arabia at the ACC T20 Premier Cup 2024 in the heart of Muscat, between these wondrous, picturesque mountains of Al-Hajar. And Malaysia are looking to capitalize in singles here in the power play. They wouldn't mind. They've had the back of the captain Virendra Singh without troubling the scorers, and that's when they would want to build a partnership between Sherwin and Amir Azim.
Yeah, so far so good, except the last over where Sherwin has got some boundaries, some odd runs through the hands. One was a clear-cut boundary outside the extra cover. Some field adjustment there. You've seen keeper standing back. This time once again place it out straight to the fielder at the cover point. End of a very good over from Ishtiaq. 3 gone, 19 for 1, Malaysia. Not a very flourishing start for Malaysia at the moment, though the captain indicated they are looking for 180 plus. But anyhow, so far, Saudis are now in control at the moment. There's some issues, the curtains on the screen are not properly kept.
Look at those visuals here at the Oman Cricket Academy, surrounded by those wonderful picturesque Al Hajar Mountains. The hockey stadium is in its surrounding as well, and some residents. These are beautiful, beautiful, wonderful surroundings. 10 teams competing in this wonderful ACC Men's T20 Premier Cup and the all-important prize. The position in the competition with the big teams, the Asia Cup, and consolation prize for number 2, number 3 as well. Out of the outside edge, this will take a stopping. This is wonderful fielding at third. Will allow 2 runs, but he will see it as 2 saved to his account.
Brilliant fielding by the fielder, the deep third man. Just opened the face of the bat toward the third man. It's a valiant attempt from him. Just dived and saved 2 runs for his team. That should be the commitment.
What do you talk about? What do you think? How big is this opportunity that's driven well? We'll come back to that. On drive, on offer from Shravan. He looks to play his shot, Shravan. 10 balls, 17 runs. On the other hand, it is Amir Azim who's struggling. The left-handed Amir Azim, 4 of 9 deliveries for him. How much does it mean to these associate nations? One, if you finish as a champion, you walk into the Asia Cup with the big sides where you get the exposure. You learn from the best in business. If you finish second and third, you still join the champions into the emerging cup. Out of the arc, and it'll be signalled as wide. Jamil bhai, what do you think? How important is this tournament for the associate nations?
So those type of tournaments obviously very important for especially the associate countries. Leave aside Oman, they have already qualified for the World Cup in Caribbean, but of course this is a very crucial tournament for them. They had to try to win this tournament to get into the 2025 Asia Cup. Onto the back foot, cuts beautifully, but once again, brilliant fielding. That's the sign of a good team, bowlers, bowling and fielders supporting them.
This is a wonderful tournament. ACC Men's T20 Premier Cup 2024. Brilliantly stopped at point. And this is some wonderful fielding effort from Saudi Arabia. They've been a top-notch side to start. I've been impressed personally. What about you, Jamil bhai? Impressed?
Nicely played. Once again to the hands of the wicket, rather a fielder at the short mid-off. Quick return. And I think both the bowlers and the batter got hurt a bit. Brilliant fielding so far.
That could have been interesting if it was a direct hit. Quick single. And yes, direct hit would have been curtains for the batter. So an opportunity to get some treatment is the batter after that dive. Let's not forget this wonderful tournament here in the heart of Muscat at Amrad between the Al Hajar Mountains, courtesy of these wonderful facilities of Oman Cricket. The Oman Cricket Academy, Oval number 1 and 2. 2 grounds that are being used for this tournament. Special thanks to the Asian Cricket Council for holding this event here in Oman. Special thanks to our official partners, Dafa News, 1xBat, Babu 88 Sports. Official streaming partners, Fancode. That is in India. If you're in India anywhere, Fancode is the place where you will need to be watching it. And if you're in Nepal, no points for guessing. Kantipur TV, that is where we are live. Dafa News. Such wonderful fixtures cannot be a big success without our partners. So a big shout out and a big thank you to all our partners. And let's not forget the commercial partner, TCM. All these wonderful visuals are brought to you live in action, courtesy of our hard-working production crew, which is working tirelessly behind the scenes. So a big shout out to them as well.
Absolutely, you are right. There is a team work being done. All the production team, cameraman, comms, everybody is trying to cooperate with each other, making this tournament a great success for everyone who is involved in this.
We have
tournament.
the voice, Jamil bhai. We have to be taking the credit. Comms have to be mentioned there. What do you think, Jamil bhai?
I did mention it. You didn't hear it.
No, we have to take credit. You never take credit, right? When we are talking, we cannot be taking credit. The experienced Jamil bhai, I love to have a pant with him. Always. He's been around here in Oman for a very, very long time. Does know the facilities on the back of his head. And those are us here in the comm box. These are newly set up comm box. It's me, Pranav Mehta, with Jamil Zaidi. He was also a big officiating part of the national side a few years ago. Tell us something about that. How was the journey? You've been associated with Oman cricket for years now. We have an opportunity to talk about it as the batter receives his injury treatment. And these are not looking good for Malaysia because the batter is struggling in the middle and he's being assisted on.
It was a nostalgic journey, to be honest, Pranav. Believe me, whenever I thought about it, it's just dreams come true for Oman. We started from UAE. It was a 7-nation tournament. From there we qualified, won the match final, and then we moved to Scotland and Ireland for the qualifiers. Again, the top teams in the world, inclusive of Scotland, UAE, Nepal. We beat Afghanistan, yes, we beat them, everyone there, and then qualified for the World Cup 2016 T20 in India. And India too, we did tremendous job by beating Ireland in the very first outing of Oman, first associate country who beat a test playing side in Dharamshala. It was dearly nostalgic, never ever forgot that.
Absolutely, Ahmed Raza to continue. And he's going to continue and he's going to be taken apart from the bat of Amir Azim. He's not connected it well and it'll be restricted for just 2 runs, surpassing the fielder at mid-on. So the intent continues to be on offer from Malaysia, although they're not being that impactful what we would have liked to see.
But I think the intention are very clear. Look at that, when coming down the wicket, tried to hit it over the long on, but that I think could not have the proper forward from the bat, just took the bottom part and they go for 2, leaving the fielder. This time outside the off stump, cuts outside the off stump, dangerously looking Shahrin, but he's trying to get the run which is important for them.
4 overs done and you're absolutely spot on. 28 for 1 Malaysia and they are in the pursuit.
All credit goes to Oman Cricket Board at that time, giving every possible help, assistance to the team to go through that biggest tournament of Oman.
Wonderful, wonderful pace that is being extracted here. Osman, he's just come into the attack, Osman Najib. The right hand, he's a powerhouse, looks like a strong lad. The number 9 of Saudi Arabia. These are first visuals for us of Saudi Arabia and hence we wouldn't know much about them. But I'll tell you what, Jamil bhai, it's only the initial part. And in time to come, these are the players that are going to be talked about day after day. Such is the talent and potential that I see in these players.
Usman is a very seasoned player for Saudi Arabia. I still remember now. He is a very good seamer. You can look at the ball he bowled a bit earlier. It was moving away from the batter, left-hander. He is a thinking bowler.
What is it that Amir Azim needs to do here? He's been playing and missing very consistently. On this occasion, a quick run, and it could have been very risky. Using and choosing the long barrier at point is never a great option. You need to be an attacking fielder.
This could have been dangerous for now. It could have been if the wicketkeeper collected the ball in his hand. This could have been a very, very close call. Look at that one.
In my opinion, that long barrier from Zain, that is where was the mistake. That is something that, and even the positioning of the wicketkeeper, he was not in line with the stumps and was searching to dismiss those bails.
Well, it's a good opportunity for them to get another wicket. This time come down the wicket, picks the gap beautifully through the cover boundary, 4 runs.
Two extremes. One is Sherwin, who's consistently finding gaps here on a wonderful batting track of Oman Cricket Ground number 2. And on the other side it is Amir Azim, bisecting that fielder. Forward point and backward point. And 4 all along the ground. This will give them a lot of confidence, Sherwin. He's quickly moved on to 22. What is a good total on this wicket?
UAE posted 236, chased by Bahrain, 200. So anything 200 plus to be the safest one. And it was a beautiful delivery, neck and crop, bowled by Usman. And it was Sherwin who was going to back to the pavilion.
The danger man has been castled. The stumps have been disturbed. The timber has been hurt. And the ball has been dented. Such is the equation here. Deflecting off his pad, Sherwin, not giving him any room whatsoever. And big celebrations are on offer in the Saudi Arabian camp. 33 for the loss of 2 wickets as Sherwin Muniandi walks back. 3 boundaries to his name and 22 of 13. But he is going to be walking back, and Malaysia are in trouble here in the power play.
So new man in Syed Aziz. So as we're talking about for now, 22 wickets down for Malaysia and very, very early part of the game rather than power play. Syed Aziz is still struggling. Beautiful delivery moving away from the batter and very well left by the new batter. Syed Aziz, end of over number 5. It is 33 for 2 Malaysia. Very successful over from Usman. It comes down the wicket, tried to play it over the head of the cover point. Got the edge of the bat. And 2 runs scored.
Amir Azim would like to work on the strategy that he's working with at the moment. He's been impacting the balls, and those balls are not going anywhere at the moment. These are wonderful conditions here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. It's a lightning quick outfield. And if you do justice to the shots, there's value in offer. He'll have to reload that, Ahmed Raza. The tall, lanky bowler of Saudi Arabia. The number 7. And that's the wicket. That's the wicket that we are talking about. Shuffling into the stumps, trying to create some room. And following him was the pace attack of Saudi Arabia. That's better. That's much, much better. This ball's going to be travelling. And even the best of efforts at third is not going to be restricting it. So 4 finally coming from the bat of Amir Azim, who's looking to be playing shots all morning and afternoon and evening.
Well, yes, I think it's the right way to get confidence. Going down the wicket once again. Look at that one. But he played it beautifully over the cover point boundary. Finally, a great effort by the fielder, but unfortunately, what hit the legs and passed the boundary. So 4 more welcome runs for Malaysia. He tried his best. It's Usman who got the wicket. This time, what a brilliant catch it was. Outside the off stump, same way. Nicely taken by the fielder at cover point.
If I wanted to say 5.32 down, no, that's not the point. It's going to be 3 down. It is going to be Amir Azim who's looked to play shots all afternoon here at the Oman Cricket Academy, and this time he finds the hands of the waiting point and a wonderful way to collect it. Diving on his left, holding on to the catch, and Saudi Arabia are continuing to impress here. This is the ACC Men's T20 Premier Cup 2024. Amir Azim walks back for 15 of 18. 1 boundary to his name that had just come in the ball prior to that, and he's going to be walking back to the pavilion.
This new man is Ahmed Faiz. I still remember. He was the captain of Malaysia back to 2010 and 11. Couple of centuries to his credit against Oman also on his debut. A very, very solid player. He is a batter. Let's see how he's going to do. And Cooper's today under the current situation where the 3 wickets down for Saudi Arabia.
He needs to stand tall and he needs to accelerate as well. So when 2 things are expected out of him, yes, yes, no, no, is the situation in the center for Malaysia. They haven't brought their A game to party. They've performed well in patches. This is the first time their middle order is being tested here in this tournament. Yesterday it was Virendeep Singh who was anchoring one end for Malaysia, and it was Sharwandi Muniandi who played that brilliant knock. Today is a different day. Ahmed Faiz is in the center. He's just joined in. So both new batters. Syed Aziz is the batter on the non-striker's end. He's just played a delivery and both the batters are yet to open their count. And it's almost the end of the power play. The captain did mention 180-200. Unrealistic at the moment.
Open the face of the bat. Cuts well through the third man for a single. Ahmed Faiz opened his account. So end of over number 6 and the power play also 40-3 Malaysia. So by signaling for the power play is over and Usman will continue. This is the first one. Very well taken at the short cover. Wicket number, this is the only boundary being scored at this time. Once again over the head of the extra cover. And this is lovely batting from him. And this time he was bowled. The cloud appealed for an LBW and he's out. So Saudi Arabia is really coming up brilliantly. In the first power play they got 3 wickets and now it's one more to its cap. And none other than it was Faiz Ahmed. So with that wicket of Ahmed Faiz, we would like to welcome Suresh Diman. Suresh bhai, what a way to come.
Thank you, Jamil Bhai, and it's a solid display of skill by Saudi Arabia bowling unit. I'm very impressed with the type of fielding shown till now by the Saudi team. Ahmed Faiz going back to the dugout. LPW Usman Najib for just single run. So Saudi is showing a good bowling skill so far in the match. New batsman Ahmad Akil Wahid for Malaysia coming in. Let us remind the audience, Malaysia won the toss and opted to bat first. At the end of 6.1 over, Malaysia reeling at 40 for the loss of 4 wickets. Usman Nazib taking his second wicket. Brilliant bowling. Again, look at this, just gently tapping the ball to the offside for a quick single. Again, a risky single. Jamil bhai, what do you suggest? Malaysia reeling at 41 for 4 after opting to bat first. What should be their strategy now? Maybe to stitch up some partnership and make sure not to lose any more wickets for the next 4 to 6 overs at least?
Well, definitely they must be looking for a good partnership. It's the right thing to do at this moment where 4 valuable wickets back into the dugout. They have to look for at least a partnership of between 30-40 between these two, Amir Akil and Syed Aziz. Once again, beautifully bowled by Usman. He is really doing a great job for Saudi Arabia, getting the first wicket and the second wicket also. Look at this beautiful delivery, moving away from the batter.
Excellent display of bowling skill. Look at this, how he's moving the ball. He's making sure to maintain the line and length. Just putting the right, hitting the right spot in the pitch and completely foxing the left-handed batsman.
Perhaps possibly the best ball of the bowling from so far. Just onto the back foot, just tucks away onto this square leg for a single. So very, very good bowling from Usman Najib. Just given away 7 runs so far in this 3 overs, which is under 1 more ball to go, 2 balls to go in that one. It is Ahmad Adil got 1, Syed Aziz got 1. This time also down to leg side. Brilliant bowling from Usman Najib. He is not moving here and they're trying to bowl within the wickets, and you can see a couple of deliveries moving outside the off stump from the bat. One was beautifully delivered between the pad and the bat. Unfortunately couldn't get wicket on that delivery.
Indeed, it looks like the Saudi Arabia has done their homework. And look at this, stump line bowling, Usman Najib. At the end of 7 overs, Malaysia struggling at 42 for the loss of 4 wickets. A brilliant start by Saudi Arabia. That's the batting card for you. So far, Malaysia, the captain of the side, Virendip Singh, unfortunately couldn't able to open the account. Mohammad Amir Azim, 15 of 18. Sharveen Munay, a little bit of resistance from him in the beginning, 22 of 13, bowled by Usman Najib and Ahmad Fiyaz, all back into the duck. And currently Saeed Aziz being accompanied by Ahmad Akil Wahid, stitching up Malaysia inning.
Good delivery from Ahmad Raza, but he managed to get a single. All credit goes to Usman Najib, who bowled superbly in the last 3 overs, getting the 2 wickets, valuable wickets. And now it's all depend upon Ahmad Akil and Syed Aziz, how they will take the team out of trouble at this moment where they're really struggling for runs.
A young talented Ahmad Raza of Saudi Arabia did extremely well till now into his 4th over of the spell. Look at this, Jamil bhai. This is what they are keeping it very tidy, very neat and simple. Saudi Arabia not trying anything extraordinary, bowling to their line and length and making sure they don't give any room to the Malaysian batter to free their arm and pick up easy boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right. That's the only way to get out of it. Trouble at the moment. Just try to go for the singles and doubles and avoid playing irresponsible, reckless shots. Just going straight to the bowlers and the ball is coming up. Give a 30-40 runs partnership so that they should this time onto the back foot, straight to the fielder. Absolute brilliant fielding on the part of Saudi Arabia. 2 brilliant catches in the 30 circle, really dented below for the Malaysia to go for the game.
That's the way. Look at this, trying to clear the short cover straight to the fielder. Look at this. What is the reaction? Immediately throwing back to the stumps, not allowing a single. This time again trying to hit. Went for a quick single. Ahmad Raza continuing his good spell so far. 3.4 overs, conceded just 27 runs and took the all-important wicket. Trying to clear the inner circle, couldn't manage, straight to the fielder. This is something very impressive. Look at the pickup of the field people, and they are throwing right to the stumps. So they are doing the attacking fielding.
This time outside the off stump, batter looking for what was well bowled. This is the only way out for the bowlers to bowl outside the off stump with the field placement. They've already got close-in fielders within the circles. So far, things goes in the way of Saudi Arabia at the moment. Some superb fielding and bowling, supported by well fielding. Once I look at that one, could have been quicker, could have been a disaster once again for Malaysia.
A very lightning quick fielding display by Saudi Arabia unit. Charging the ball, throwing it to the stumps. And another good over. In fact, the spell come to an end. Ahmad Raza finishing his full quota of 4 overs, conceding 28 runs with 1 scrap. Malaysia reeling at 45 for the loss of 4 wickets, 8 overs so far.
About the bowling, if you talk about, it is spearheaded by Usman Najib, Ahmad Raza and Ishtiaq Ahmed. Especially Usman Najib bowled superbly. Got 2 wickets of 7 runs. And it was Ahmad Raza who got a wicket of 28, most expensive among them. Ishtiaq Ahmed got a wicket of 10 in 2 overs. Ahmad Raza completed quota of 4 overs, 28 for 1.
Wajiul Hassan. A change in the bowling from the hockey end size. It's a good opportunity for Saudi to stick in a couple of more good tight overs to put a screw on Malaysia batting. They're already struggling at 45 for the loss of 4 wickets. This time trying to the block hall, little bit wide of the off stump, straight to the fielder at mid-off for a comfortable single.
Saudi always looks to be very, very fighting unit. Whenever they come to Oman, they're always giving some outstanding performances as a team. Lofted it beautifully, perfectly timed over the long off boundary for the first maximum for Malaysia.
A much needed 6 for Malaysia. Ahmad Akil taking his chance. Waji bowling him to his slot, and he's picking it up over the long on boundary for the maximum. Ahmad Akil hitting his first 6. Look at this. Straight into his slot. He picked up the ball nicely, timed the ball well, going all the way over the ropes, over the long on area. This time slowing down the things on his thigh pad, nicely glancing towards the onside for a quick single. A very intelligent batting after hitting a massive 6, rotating the strike.
Runs must be needed for Malaysia at this juncture. And these two, Ahmad Akil and Syed Ayaz Aziz, must be there on the wicket as long as they can. Of course, scoring a couple of singles. This time over pitch, nicely picked up over the extra cover boundary, and what a catch once again. So that was once again outside the off stump, not from the full flow of the bat, and the fielder posted a deep extra cover, finally took the catch.
This is what smart bowling from the Waji side. Bowling it little bit away from the arc of the left-handed batsman. He tried to reach that, in the process couldn't time it. Syed Aziz back into the dugout, scoring just 4 of 9 balls. I'm sure Jamil Bhai Virendip Singh, the captain of Malaysian side, after winning the toss and opting to bat, he must not be a happy captain at this stage of the match, losing 5 wickets.
That was the one which went last one, straight into the hands of deep extra cover. The captain always do have something in their mind before they come to the toss. So they know that the wicket is quite due for batting. Unfortunately, all credit goes to the Saudi bowlers, well supported by the fielders. Otherwise, this is a very good wicket. We have seen 400 runs being scored today on this particular wicket. So nothing in the wicket, it's only the bowler's ability.
Maybe could be this ball is placed for a comfortable single. Coming back to your about this track producing 400 runs in the morning match, the match played before this one. Maybe the selection of shots from the Malaysian side. They are at 54 for the loss of 5 wickets at the end of 9 overs.
So it is Vijay Unni who has come now at a very, very crucial stage of the game. Half of the team back into the dugout for just 54 runs on the board. All credit to Saudi bowlers and their fielders supporting their bowlers. Some excellent catches. And it's Hisham who's quickly bringing a very good captainship on the part of Saudi captain. He knows that the pressure is on, brought his spinner.
The captain of Saudi Arabia, Mohammad Hisham Sheikh, bringing himself on for his first over. Again, continuing with the discipline, line and length bowling, keeping it very simple and straight to the wickets, not giving any room. A tough task for Malaysia from now onwards.
Into the wickets, played it out toward the mid-on. Rather mid-wicket for the single. Very, very good over so far from the captain himself, leading the team from the front. Very well field placement. And of course, credit goes to the bowlers who bowled according to their field and got 5 wickets in a very stage gave the game. It is almost over number 10 now underway. So from the face of the bat, tried to steal a single, and they did it.
This is brilliant bowling. Hisham pushing the batters towards the back foot, not allowing them to come down the track or either free their arms. This time a bit of room, trying to hit through the covers. But look at this fielding again. This is a brilliant fielding. Jamil, I'm very, very impressed with Saudi Arabia. At the end of halfway mark of 10 overs, Malaysia at 55 for 5. Look at this. Look at the stop, the fielding, and how quick the fielder is to respond to the bowling end. This creates a lot of pressure on the batters.
You're not showing anything in the break. Are you showing something during the break or no? Let us see the wickets. This is the wicket number 1. Brilliantly taken by short cover. It was a beauty from Usman. Neck and crop bowled. Second wicket. And this was the third one, brilliantly taken, diving towards the off cover side and took a brilliant catch. That was once again from Usman, trapped in front. Ahmed Faiz, the most consistent batter from Malaysia, and this was the one taken brilliantly out the extra cover boundary. So those 5 wickets went down for just 55 runs.
Saudi Arabia coming into this game with a well-crafted plan. Not only the planning is important, Jamil bhai, the execution. Until now, the halfway mark of the match, they have executed their each and every plan superbly. Waji back into the attack, placing it to the point area for a comfortable single. Waji this time into the block hole, straight to the short cover. No chance for run, hitting straight to the fielder at short cover. Waji bowling, sticking, continuing with his line to the stump bowling, not giving away any room.
This time once again standing and delivering over the long off boundary for the maximum. Lovely shot. That's the timing, perfect timing. It was a slow delivery. He picked up nicely. And finally 6 runs being taken on this particular shot.
You can see this is a full length ball, easy pickup for the Aqib Ahmed. And he make the full use of it, hitting it right over the long off area for the maximum. Hitting the side screen. This time throwing it down to the leg stump. Yes, the umpire signaling a wide ball. That's what happened after a massive 6. The next ball.
Very, very close to the leg stump, Suresh. You can see it was a slower one. But it was declared a wide. Anyhow, going down the leg side, everything is wide.
This is what modern cricket is all about. Again spraying it down, but this time he could manage to glance it. Maybe the ball will win the race to the fielder. No, it's another brilliant display of fielding by jersey number 7, Mohammad Ahmad Raza of Saudi Arabia. This is what the commitment of Saudi people. Look at their player. They are throwing their bodies. They know they are on top of this match at this moment. But look at this. The ball was racing through, and Mohammad Raza, he threw itself well and very timely he stopped the ball and prevented 2 runs for his team.
Well, this is the commitment that the team has got 5 wickets in their hand. They have to go all out for it, trying to get minimum runs for them, for the opposition to go. It is a slower one, played it out short mid wicket. Possibly the last delivery of the 11th over from Waji, who got 1 wicket in the last over.
Placing it to the mid-wicket area for a single, comfortable single with this. At the end of 11 overs, Malaysia at 66 for 5. That's a summary for you. So far, first inning, Malaysia winning the toss, opting to bat, scoring 66 runs for the loss of 5 wickets. Almost halfway mark, 11 overs down, 9 more to go. Mohammad Hisham Sheikh, the captain of Saudi Arabia, back into attack. Ahmad Akil need to continue. This time giving some room and hitting it through the cover and point area for a comfortable single. Ahmad Akil.
Runs are coming but not in boundaries except the last one, which was the maximum hit by Ahmad Akil. Well, anyhow, they have to go to get runs as much as they can. Just to try to scoop and get it done beautifully. Once again, the fielder coming down quickly, got 2 runs of it. Good running between the wickets. All credit goes to the fielders of Saudi Arabia. They are definitely supporting their bowlers. They are trying too hard, trying to take the things in their hand, which have been successful so far.
Good to see overall good cricket. Again, little bit short, but couldn't take the advantage of this. Batter Vijay Une was trying to smack it through the mid-wicket area, but couldn't connect it. This time outside the off stump, it went to up the gully. Maybe the ball will win the race this time around. And the outside edge of the bat flying over the gully area for a welcome boundary from Malaysia.
Absolutely. Look at that one. Just picked it up beautifully over the gully fielder and clearing the fence for 4. Badly required runs for Malaysia at the moment. That was a bad delivery outside the off stump, bowled by Ishtiaq. This time once again nicely piercing the gap, but straight to the sweeper, who is their extra cover.
So at the end of 12 overs, Malaysia 74 for the loss of 5 wickets. Another bowling change from Saudi Arabia. Zain ul Abidin, jersey number 77. Left arm orthodox. Again bowling to the off stump line. Look at this. The pick-up and immediate release of the ball to the wicket-keeper gloves. Very impressed with the fielding shown so far by Saudi unit. It seems to be a very young, fit, a supremely fit side, throwing themselves around the park and making sure they save each and every run for their team.
Slight adjustment in the field. The fine leg has been brought into the circle. And a deep mid wicket right on the fence also. Pair it out. There are 3 fielders waiting for the catches on the leg side. Once it's short fine leg, then there will be steep square leg, wider mid on, and the long on. Wider long on the offside, onside rather. So things are looks to be. This time we play it out for the singles. Runs are coming, but not in boundary. 1 boundary is required at least in 1 over.
Indeed, Jamil Bhai, because they need, if not 2, at least 1 good over of 20 odd runs, Malaysia, if they need to give some fighting total. This time right into the block hole, placing it towards the long on for a comfortable single. So far, Zainul Abidin giving just singles with a dot ball. Left arm orthodox again bowling to the offline stump, not giving any room. Ahmad Akil driving it to the long on for a comfortable single. Change in the com box. Pranav Mehta replacing Jamil Bhai. Welcome, Pranav Bhai.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure. This has been spot on from Saudi Arabia. They've been a standout side. They've been spoken about. They have that X factor. That is what was suggested to me. It's first visuals for me, and it might be the same for many of you all as well. 13 overs done. 1 shot of 80 for the loss of 5, Malaysia.
That's a batting card for you for Malaysia so far. Virendra Singh, the captain of Malaysian side, couldn't open the account. Mohammad Amir Azim, 15 of 18. Sharween, 22 of 13. Saeed Aziz, 4 of 9. Ahmad Faiz, 1 of 4. Ahmad Akil Wahid, still battling it out for Malaysia, 21 of 20. And Vijay Unni supporting him with 13 of 13 balls.
Such a mediocre performance for the quality that they possess. Big shot on offer, and he's overran it. He has overran it. The bowler is not happy. 4 runs leaked. He's still animated there, the bowler. Hisham is the bowler. It was the carom ball to start off with.
Yes, moreover, the bowler is a captain of the side, Mohammad Hisham Sheikh. Not happy at all. The fielder overrun the ball, and it's one of the rare misfield being seen today from Saudi Arabia.
Vijay, once again the carom ball. It has been a mediocre performance from Malaysia so far, and I wouldn't be wrong in saying that. The only reason why I say it is because the captain indicated 180 to 100 that they are targeting to get in the stipulated 20 overs, and they never had a plan B. In this format, once you're looking, and that's a good shot. That's a good shot. Ahmed Akil has come to the party as well with Vijay. He's gotten a boundary in this over of Hisham, and he's finally something in favor of Malaysia.
A well-needed boundary for Malaysia. They need more of these incoming overs. Look at Hisham is giving some space and making a full use, hitting it through the extra cover all over the ground for a well-deserved boundary. But Pranav, you have to realize, a mediocre batting of Malaysia, but at the same time, credit should be given to Saudi Arabia bowling unit. They stuck to their line and length. This time gently tapping it on the onside for a quick single. Maybe the ball over. Look at this effort from the Saudi players. They are throwing their bodies, making sure they save each and every valuable run for their side.
It was criminal to start off with. Nobody backing up the ball, but that effort from the fielder at long on. The number 7 for Saudi Arabia. It was none other than Mohammad Ahmed. Driven well on the offside. And that will get him off strike. Mohammad Akil. The reason why I say this is a mediocre performance is because this is a wonderful wicket to bat on, and they haven't made the most of it. They continue to play big shots. They should have read, yes, it is a high scoring ground, but they should have read that part. Flighted and driven back to the bowler. We'll come back to that point. End of over for Hisham. 10, 11, 12 runs of Hisham. 91 for 5 at the end of 14 Malaysia. If you're talking about the bowling card, wickets for almost everybody there. Ishtiaq Ahmed 1 for 10, Ahmed Raza 1 for 28, Usman Najib, in my opinion, is the pick of bowlers, 2 for 7 for him, Wajiul Hasan 1 for 20, Hisham Sheikh and Zaid Abidin are yet to contribute with wickets. But the economy, look at that economy, 5, 7, 3.5, yes, Waji was a little expensive. But this is a brilliant performance from Saudi Arabia. Then will continue. This is the reason why I say it's a mediocre performance from Malaysia with the bat is because they mentioned 180 to 100, and from here on, even if they accelerate at 10 runs per over, probably 11, 12 as well, they get to somewhere close to 150, 160 at best. And that's never going to be sufficient when you're looking at 180. Yes, you don't get to 180. You target 180, you get to 170. And such has to be your plan. And at the moment, in my opinion, at the best that Malaysia can get to is going to be close to 140, 145. And such has been the situation. And the reason for that is they've looked to play too many shots. And that has led to their downfall.
Certainly it looks like, provided these two batters continues to play, it's again hitting it hard, the ball running, traveling like a bullet towards the long off boundary. From Ahmed Akil bat, he moves on to 32. Look at this bit of space, had the opportunity to free his arm and hitting it right to the long off area, and the player at the long off couldn't cut the ball.
Credit where due. This is a brilliant comeback from the partnership of Ahmed Akil and Vijay. It has brought Malaysia back into the contest. They were a very good team. In the second innings yesterday against Nepal, the way they tried to defend 140, they did get below par 140 on that ground, which was expected to be around 160, 165. And that is something that they were expected to work on today. They haven't, but they're fighting it out again, once again. The character is something that has been very impressive about Malaysia. Zain Abdeen and driven well, straight down the ground, and will get a single. It's been a decent over for Malaysia. 8 runs of it with the delivery to go. Zain Abidin.
For sure, they need much such overs going forward. Almost closing down to 15 overs. Malaysia still at 99 for 5. This time a slow ball from Zain towards the leg side. And with this, Malaysia eventually completing their 100 runs of an inning at the end of 15 overs for the loss of 5 wickets. Vijay Unni at 20 of 18. Ahmad Akil 34 of 27. So Pranav bhai, what is your projection at this stage of the match? 15 overs down, 100 for 5 Malaysia, 5 more to go.
This is the partnership. This is the partnership that they have a lot of expectations from. Vijay Unni and Ahmed Akil. If they can get to somewhere around 160, they can make a match out of it. They are a brilliant bowling side. But the concerning fact, in my opinion, is going to be they have a lot of slow bowlers. I wouldn't call them spinners, but slow bowlers that do not extract a lot of turn. And this is a kind of wicket which shot making has been comparatively easier, and that's where shot on offer. There is a fielder coming underneath it, and the catching has been spectacular from Saudi Arabia. They have been a team to watch out for, and they're continuing to dominate here. 6th wicket down. And it's going to be in terms of Vijay Unni, 20 of 18 for him. And it's trouble times for Malaysia.
Look at this, right in the slot, trying to clear the long off, but holding it out to jersey number 44, Usman Khalid. Safe pair of hand, Vijay Unni finally walking back to the dugout, scoring 2 fours, 20 runs of 19 balls at striking at 105.
It was a carom ball to start off, and getting the outside edge, outside part of the bat, not getting it underneath it, probably would have turned, the bat would have turned in his hands as well, and that resulted in the downfall. He was looking good, and just then he has to depart. And this is exactly the perfect display of my point, which I portrayed a little earlier. They've lost way too many wickets. And now a wicket downfall that has happened just now, it's going to be breaking the back. They cannot accelerate. The acceleration will be delayed by an over and a half, and they're running out of time.
Absolutely. Whenever it looks like Malaysia is trying to come back into the match with that so small partnership, Nazmul Saqib, a new batter in.
Nazmul Saqib, the wicket keeper. He's coming to replace the man who was looking so dangerous, and he's departed, the wicket keeper. Immediately he has a big swing to offer. He's come with some intent here, Nazmul Saqib.
I think here Malaysian team has to be smart, not to go all out. What he has to do as a new batter in, he needs to rotate the strike and bring back the other batter who is already set, Ahmad Akil. He is at 35 of 28. So the sensible thing would be Nazmus to take at least rotate the strike to begin with.
It might not be the equation that might support Malaysia with just 25 balls to go. Even if they're striking at 200, 25 balls would yield 50 runs, and that would get Malaysia to 150. Full toss on offer. It was begging to be put away, and some good fielding at deep square leg will keep it inside the boundary. No ball is being signalled by the umpire. Certainly it has to be for the height, and if it is for the height, it will be the first warning, and the free hit would follow. Yes, it is for the height. Fielding has been top-notch from Saudi Arabia here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. This is the Men's T20 Premier Cup 2024. Can this be the ball where they cut loose Malaysia? Ahmed Akil, the man in form, will be on strike, the left-hander, and has fired it in. And that could yield only a couple of runs, and they wouldn't mind that. It'll be Nazmus to face the first delivery of the next over. He will be keeping strike. 16 overs done. And here's where Malaysia will need to accelerate, because the scoreline stands at 105 for 6. If you're a Malaysian supporter, you would realize that just when those blocks were coming in favor of Malaysia, on the top of the blocks you would see the W coming into play, and that's what has restricted the growth of those blocks. The highest over being that 14th over, 12-run over it was, and a wicket has restricted the growth of Malaysia. They're struggling here. Most importantly, half their side was back into the dugout in the first 10 overs, and that's not a great sign.
Absolutely. That has been the problem with Malaysia. Every time they keep accelerating the score, they kept losing the wicket at the regular interval, which never helped their cause. And they are struggling at 105 at the loss of 6 wickets. 4 more overs to go. Usman Najib, the pick of their bowler so far in Saudi Arabia. So far, bowled 2 overs, conceded 7 runs, and took 2 important wickets to put a restriction on Malaysian batting.
And that's the most concerning sign, because the remaining 4 overs, out of that 2 is going to be bowled by the pick of their bowlers. The other 2 will also be one of the premium bowlers. And that's where scoring against them would be really difficult. That's where I would have wanted, if I was a Malaysian fan or I was in the Malaysian dugout in the management, I would have wanted to be the scoreline to be somewhere around 120, 25 for the loss of maybe 3 wickets. On a bad day, 4 wickets. But right now, and one of the settled batters had to be in the middle to make use of these final 4 overs. None of what I stated is in the equation at the moment, and that's why it's a difficult phase for Malaysia. But let's not take it away. Champions are built under pressure, and they are under pressure right now. And it's an opportunity for Nazmus, the wicketkeeper of the Malaysian, Nazmus Saqib, the wicketkeeper of the Malaysian side. Struck well, coming from the middle of the bat. He will get off strike. It might have yielded only a single, but it'll bring a lot of confidence to Nazmus Saqib. 2 of 5 deliveries for him. And he is supported by the man who looks settled. He's not got the acceleration or the strike rate to prove it, but he's been there for 29 deliveries and he's got 37 to his name.
That's true. Ahmed Akil, he is the key now for Malaysia. He needs to play out all 20 overs now. This time outside the off stump, the full length ball, and driven it very nicely over the point area for a comfortable boundary. Ahmed Akil is seeing the ball well. He moves on to 41 of 30. It's very important, Pranav.
It's a full toss. It was a full toss. And Ahmed Akil, he's seen a lot of time in the middle, and now he's not going to be missing out on something like that. All along the ground, and some beautiful striking allows him to accumulate 4 runs. Usman Najib, the pick of the bowlers, is leaking runs here in the final few overs.
This time they get bit short, hitting over long on for a comfortable single. Didn't get enough room to put it through the square leg mid-wicket area. Had to contend with single. Ahmed Akil moves on to 42 of 31.
2.3, 2 for 13. So the number 2 and 3 into equation for Usman Najib. He would love to pick up a wicket here, and that wicket could very well be of Nazmus. Struck, opportunity and tuck. Just when we said Usman Najib would be looking to pick up a wicket, he's got a wicket to his name, and it is of the wicket keeper, Nazmus Saqib. It's a brilliant catch. They have been spot on in the field. Saudi Arabia, we were looking to see the best of Saudi Arabia. These are first visuals for me, and I'm impressed in everything that I've seen here. Brilliant catch by Zain, the number 77 of Saudi Arabia, and Malaysia are in a lot of trouble. Nazmus Saqib returns back to the dugout, 2 of 6 for him, and Malaysia have lost their 7th. Khizr Hayat Durrani is the new batter walking in for Malaysia. They're in a lot of trouble. Nelson is on the board. 7 odd wickets are down. Yes, it is Akil who's stranded on one end, and he's been there for a very long time for Malaysia. 42 runs for Akil. Can he finish off in style? Can he provide that flourish that Malaysia requires? Can he get close to 150? Khizr Hayat Durrani. Believe he's a man who is known for his bowling skills, but here he'll have to play a cameo in benefit of Malaysia.
This time guiding into the third man for a comfortable single. A sensible thing to do at this stage of the meeting, bringing Ahmed Akil back into the strike. From here onwards, Pranav, I feel the maximum ball faced by Ahmed Akil will help Malaysia cause to reach as maximum as possible.
It's a no-brainer, Suresh. I agree with you. Malaysia would want Ahmed Akil to face the majority of the deliveries that are remaining. That's going to be 19 deliveries. Shot, edged. This could be 4 runs as well. So runs continue to flow for Ahmed Akil just when everybody on the other end is departing. It's a no ball. This is not great work from Saudi Arabia, and it's going to be a free hit. And it's coming from the arm of Usman Najib, who was the pick of the bowler.
Yes, taking the edge of the bat, going towards the third man for a boundary. Moreover, also umpire signalated no ball, it would be a free hit. Ahmed Akil must be eager to take a full advantage of this free hit ball. He's at 46 of 32, a 1 shot away, an ideal situation from him to go for that big shot.
Into the block hole, he's a pick of the bowler, and this is the reason why it's been an expensive over. He's conceded as many as 12 runs of this over, Usman Najib, and he'll finish off his third. 17 overs done, 177 for 7 Malaysia. They're in a lot of trouble here. Kizarayat, 1 of 1 for him. 18 deliveries to go in the first innings. Ishtiaq, he's done well. 2 overs for 10 runs for him. What does he have to offer? What does he bring to the equation? We've seen the pacer from the hockey stadium and conceding 12 runs. Usman Najib was the bowler in the previous over, conceding 12 runs. Did get a wicket to his name as well in that over. Back of length, and he's happy to rotate the strike. He'll have to keep going. Ahmed Akil doesn't have a lot of time. 16 deliveries to go. If he can play 8 to 10 of those deliveries and probably get 20-25 runs in those 10 deliveries, it could be game on for Malaysia. They would fancy their chances.
A very smart bowling by Ishtiaq. Trying to bowl all the balls right into the block hole. Not easy for a batsman to dig it out. Just managing a single run, bringing Ahmed Akil back into the strike. Ahmed Akil at 47 of 34. Maybe he's choosing the right bowler, I don't know, Ahmed Akil, because he's playing with cautious to Ishtiaq, because Ishtiaq is bowling into the block hole.
He hasn't got anything. To his credit, everything has been in the block hole, and Saudi Arabia are happy to be conceding runs in terms of singles. They do realize run a ball will keep them under 140, and that's going to be a way below par score on a ground such this as good as this. The previous encounter, 435 runs and 40 overs. Runs in excess of 10 runs per over. Once again in the block hole, it's brilliantly driven, but in this format, which is not forgiving at all, it's only going to be a single.
Amazed to see Ishtiaq control of ball. All the 5 balls till now have been hitting the block hole, not allowing batsmen to free their arm, and batsmen could only manage all single run in the previous ball. Again this time little bit outside the off stump, and a very well over, just conceding 6 runs. 18 over down, Malaysia 123 for the loss of 7 wickets.
Osman will continue. Angling it away. A big appeal, big appeal, and it's going to be turned down by the umpire. He was interested for a moment there, Osman. He believed that he's got the back of the left-handed star of Malaysia.
Look at this, a close shave, trying to reach out the ball. He thought he almost got it, but the umpire seeing the other way round. Ahmed Akil still 1 short of his half century, 49 of 37. A shot away, maybe a 6 ideal way to cross the 50 marks. This is the full toss, wayward full toss, wide outside the off stump. The umpire not only signaling white, he gave the west side no ball. Yes. The free hit being declared by the on-field umpire. Usman Najib little bit losing his way.
They needed some support here, and Saudi Arabia has been kind enough to provide them the support. They were struggling with the below par score here at the Oman Cricket Academy ground number 2 that conceded or was involved in a match of 400 plus runs. Outside edge, and this ball is going to be traveling. A diving fielder at third is not going to be able to cut it off, and that's going to be 4 valuable runs.
With this, Ahmad Akil completing his half century, a well-deserved half century. The solo fighter for Malaysian in the today's batting lineup, scoring 53. A valiant effort at the field, but couldn't prevent the boundary. Ahmad Akil, a brilliant knock of 59 of 39 balls with 4 boundaries and 2 sixes at the strike rate of 136 almost. Still on the crease, very crucial for Malaysia if he continues to play and complete full quota of 20 overs for Malaysia. This time hitting it over the head of the bowler straight with a very powerful shot. The ball literally traveled like a bullet. Back-to-back boundaries for Ahmad Akil and Malaysia.
Ahmad Akil, he's the star for Malaysia this afternoon here at the Oman Cricket Academy. He's scoring runs at the most important time. It's a death, and he's doing that against the best bowler of Saudi Arabia. He's been the solo flyer, spreading his wings just when it matters the most.
So Usman Nazib under fire, under pressure now. Ahmad Akil back-to-back boundaries, 57 of 40. This time outside the off stump. Keeping it away, very smart. A good comeback by Usman Najib. Keeping it full and outside the arc of Ahmad Akil.
Good comeback from Malaysia after losing 5 wickets at 55. They really recovered at 130 for 7. Is still about 8 deliveries, legal deliveries to go. And all credit goes to Ahmad Akil, who put a lone fight for Malaysia, 57 batting on. And Usman, who is the spearhead of the Saudi attack, bowled superbly. On the full, plays it out, and midfield there. Once again, a beautiful boundary through the extra cover, 4 runs. Runs are now flowing from the bat of Ahmad Akil.
This time hitting it to the covers for a boundary. So this third boundary for Ahmad Akil. He's coming off its own in the last over. Still one more ball to spare. Maybe another boundary, Jamil Bhai, here from Ahmad Akil bat.
A great comeback. This time overflow the bat straight to the cover point boundary for the single. End of over number 19. It is 137 for 7 Malaysia. Not now, let the over to complete 20th, then we can have. What a cameo and splendid knock from Ahmad Akil for Malaysia. They were really struggling. It is Usman Najib. On to the onside. Field is there.
Ishaq Ahmed. Ishaq Ahmed, the bowler, bowling the final over for Saudi Arabia. A good recovery from Malaysia side. Ahmad Akil continuing his bat, 63 of 44. Kizar Hayat, what he should do now? Should he give strike to Ahmad Akil or should go for a boundary?
Quite naturally. This time he himself did it. Said, no, I will take care of it. Brilliantly played through the extra cover boundary. Were 4 runs meant for Malaysia at this moment. Each and every ball have got some runs on it, and that's what correctly has been. Look at that, beautifully played. Lovely shot through the gap between cover and extra cover.
Making a room for himself. A very well placed shot between the extra cover. So the boundary is flowing in last couple of overs for Malaysia. Khizar Hayat coming into party with the last boundary on Istiaq. Malaysia 142 for 7.
What a great recovery. This time full toss, played it out towards the long on for a single. Each run is a very, very precious runs for Malaysia. And I'm sure with the score about 150 plus, it will be a fighting total.
Definitely, indeed. 3 more balls to go. 143 for 7 Malaysia. The mark of 150, the psychological barrier for Malaysia. If they manage to cross this, they will feel their captain Virendip Singh would be a happy man, looking at 50 for 5 odd, recovery of 150 odd. It will give something to defend them, and it's a psychological advantage crossing the barrier of 150.
Yes, of course, yes. Great comeback by Malaysia. Simon Singh in full toss, flicked away off his toes. Good delivery. That's the right way, trying to bowl the low full tosses, not to let the batter sweep onto the on edge. And now it brings Ahmad Akil. How is going to face these two illegal deliveries?
I'm very impressed with Istiaq Ahmad. He's making sure to put each and every ball into the block hole. The previous over he considered just 6 runs. All the 6 balls were right into the block hole. This is what he's trying to do. Look at this. He's trying to put the ball into the block hole, and batsman couldn't do anything, just had to scramble for a single.
Well, it's a very, very good bowling from Ishtiaq to the death over. Last over, possibly the last legal delivery is not given more runs except that boundary, but that has to come in the last over of the game. You never try to, you try your best, but the batter who can play on and give some extra ordinary shot the way Khizr Hayat has played that one. Once again a full toss, played out towards the short mid-off, and a very, very good over as far as the Saudi Arabia is concerned. And of course Malaysia, finally 20 overs, 146 for 7, a great comeback from 55 for 5. They came back through the bat of Ahmad Akil, who scored brilliant 65 of just 46 deliveries.
Absolutely. And I'm sure Saudi Arabia would be more than happy, because their captain saying during the toss they would love to restrict Malaysia around 150, 160, and they could manage to do that. Now it's up to Saudi Arabia when they turn up for the batting in the second half. How do they respond to this total of Malaysia, 145?
Well, I think it is a fighting total, 145. Couple of early wickets. Let's go to the batting card of Saudi Arabia, or rather Malaysia. It was very disastrous in the initial stages of the game, with Virendra Singh out for 0, Mohammad Amir Azim 15, and Shariam Munande 22. It was all from Ahmad Akil Wahid, who scored 65 runs not out. Some support from Vijay Uni got 20. Last Kidarayat got 10 of just 7 deliveries. All credit goes to this man Ahmad Akil Wahid, who did a splendid job keeping one hand together, getting the runs as and when required. Finally, they from 55 for 5, they are 146 for 7.
Look at the bowling card of Saudi Arabia. A brilliant bowling display by the bowling unit of Saudi. Leading the charge was Usman Nazib, 3 for 33. Each wicket to all the other bowlers, Istiaq, Ahmad Raja, Wajiul Hassan and Hisham Sheikh, the captain of Saudi Arabia. Zain Abidin, excellent couple of hours without any success, but still he conceded only 13 runs. Overall, the extra, which is another interesting thing to look into the stats, Saudi Arabia conceded just 7 extra runs, thus restricting Malaysia to a mere 146 runs.
So we'll come back with a short break for the chase from Saudi Arabia. चाय है ना यार?
वो बाजू से देखो उनके पास है ना।
अरे भाई ये चाय घर से बना के लाए, शुगर डालो आप वो सामने रखिए यार, कमाल है।
कभी खराब नहीं
मेरी बीवी नहीं नहीं मैंने अभी भाई मेरी बीवी ने बनाई है, कैसे खराब हो सकती है? उसके अंदर है, कमाल है यार सुरेश। शुगर डालो आप उसमें। नहीं नहीं बहुत है यार चाय इसमें बहुत। मैं एक काम करूंगा भाई, जरा मैं जरा जाता हूँ और वजू घर जाके मैं इधर ही नमाज पढ़ूंगा, इसलिए कि बाकी उधर ऊपर जाना मुश्किल है, आप लोग कैरी ऑन करना।
Malaysia versus Saudi Arabia is the match. It's match number 8. ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024 here live from the Oman Cricket Academy in the heart of Muscat between the Al Hajar Mountains. And if you see that batting card, that's going to be a disappointing sign, except for Ahmed Akil Wahid, 65 not out of 46 deliveries. Everybody else were only able to play a second fiddle and no strong support. That's the reason they have ended up with the below par score, 146 for the loss of 7 wickets. But at least they have something to play for. Yes, that's going to be a very happy dugout. The Saudi Arabian camp, 7 wickets to their names, 3 coming from the hand of Usman Najib, the pick of the bowler, 3 for 33 for him. And wicket apiece for Hisham Sheikh, the captain, Wajiul Hassan, Ahmed Raza, Ishtiyaq Ahmed, everybody contributing. The economy was pretty decent as well, and that is the reason they have been able to restrict the Malaysian side to a mediocre 147 to win for Saudi Arabia, and they will fancy their chances. The required run rate just over 7, and they wouldn't mind that. Let's not forget, these are first visuals for us of Saudi Arabia in this tournament, the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024. And these are live action from ground number 2 of the Oman Cricket Academy. The same very ground, the same very wicket which allowed the first match to accumulate 435 runs. Abdul Wahid, he's going to start things off for Saudi Arabia, the man taking strike. What are we in store for here at the Oman Cricket Academy? Can Malaysia make a match out of this? 147 is what they're looking to defend against Saudi Arabia. Saeed Aziz is going to be bowling the first over. Gentle medium pacers. Right-handed Saeed Aziz. A lot would be expected out of him. They'll need early wickets if they're looking to make a match out of this here. We're just moments away from the first ball of the second innings. And this is an incredible moment. Some shape on offer for Aziz to start off. And a yes and no will allow them to hold their end, Saudi Arabian batters. Driven well, and this has found the gap. This is how they like to play Saudi Arabia. This is what I've heard about them. They love to play their shots. It is the bat of Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar, the number 99 for Saudi Arabia, and he's opened his account with a boundary to his name. What an incredible start all along the ground. And along with me, it is Suresh. What a start to get you into the game, Suresh. A boundary from the bat of Abdul Wahid.
Certainly, it was a very, very professional shot. Just leaping it on the front foot and putting it into the gaps. Saeed Aziz bowling in from Malaysia. In swinger, angling into the wickets. And they will rotate the strike courtesy of that inside part of the bat that came. That allowed Wahid to get off strike. Faisal Khan. He's another striker, strong striker of the cricket ball. Likes to give it the aerial route. He's an incredible striker, Suresh. What is in store? 147 to win for Saudi Arabia.
What I guess, it's a very good ball right on the money. Saeed Aziz bowling to the stump. What I was saying, Pranav, Malaysia 146 for 7. If you look at 55 odd for 5 down and such a recovery till 146 for 7. I know still it's a bit short, 10-20 odd runs, but it will give a lot of energy and the motivation for Malaysia to fight back and come into maybe a couple of wickets in the power play. This time wavered down the leg stump, couldn't control his swing, and a very good keeping by the wicketkeeper, preventing the certain boundary.
They can't afford this. Wides are expensive. Najmul Saqib coming to the rescue of the bowler on this occasion. Down the leg side, sliding down the leg side. Angling into the right hander, and a quick single will allow Faisal to open his account. Yes, you said 10, 15, maybe 20 runs short. In my opinion, they're probably 50 runs short here. Considering the way the first match came into operation, it was the likes of 2 champion sides in the first match. And these sides are no smaller than those sides, and that is where I would have liked to see the score line be somewhere around 200.
Let's see how it goes from here. 140 or 115 balls onto the pads, putting it down to the square leg area for a comfortable single. At the end of first over, Saudi Arabia starting cautiously, 8 for no loss. Wahid on the strike for Saudi Arabia. Abdul Wahid, Abdul Ghaffar, the opening batsman for Saudi Arabia. Looks like Malaysia deciding to bring in the slow bowler Ahmad Zubaidi.
It's Pawandeep Singh. They love to bowl him out in the power play, and just an over after power play, the left arm spinner. He was a pick of the bowler in the match yesterday, Pawandeep Singh. Bowls a tight line, uses the arm ball very effectively. He's a brilliant bowler, Pawandeep Singh, no two thoughts about it.
Maybe a couple of wickets in the power play will put this match into a interesting place. Right now it looks like advantage Saudi Arabia, playing it very nicely, gliding it towards the long on area for a comfortable single, not taking any undue risks. The opening pair of Wahid and Faisal Khan for Saudi Arabia.
They'll have to bowl out of their nerves. Yes, they made a match out of nothing yesterday against Nepal, but they were on the losing side. If they're looking to win on this occasion against Saudi Arabia, which is a very important situation, especially because they lost yesterday, they'll have to bring in their A game. They'll have to pick wickets consistently because they don't have many on board. Angling into the wickets once again. That's the arm ball from Pawandeep Singh. He's a very experienced campaigner, especially when we are talking about bowling in the power play. He's a regular customary to do that for Malaysia. Bowls a tight line, doesn't give any width or room whatsoever. And he has those 2 fielders in the deep. It's a wide long on and a deep square leg.
That's right. This time straight to the fielder. Dot ball. Pawandeep Singh, the left arm orthodox. Virendip Singh, the captain of Malaysia, doing the right thing, being his best bowler, right up front in the power play. This time gliding it to the onside for a comfortable single. Saudis happy playing, rotating the strike, not taking any undue risk.
They don't need to. They know they are chasing a mediocre 146. And that's exactly where these matches get very interesting. When you know that you're chasing a mediocre, you end up making it a match out of nothing. Sliding down the leg side, this is very expensive for Malaysia. They don't have the liberty to be doing that, leaking runs in terms of extra.
This is what Pranav I meant when I was saying that score of 140, 150 and 160 odd. It becomes a bit tricky because the batting side who chases this, it all depends how they break this score down. At this moment, it doesn't look like this is the wicket. This is what Malaysia was looking forward to. Faisal Khan, a hard-hitting batsman, back into the dugout. Pawandeep Singh, he brings the very first drop of blood for Malaysia, making sure Faisal Khan back into his dugout. Look at this, a lot of space.
Short and wide, and Faisal Khan is really not happy with that. Wafiq was the fielder at covers, and he was never going to be missing out on that. That's a very mediocre effort from the Saudi Arabian camp, especially the likes of the experienced Faisal Khan. Much better would have been expected out of him, but he's going to be departing for 2 or 4 deliveries. And Saudi Arabia have lost their first wicket. One thing that Saudi Arabia would have noticed in the match yesterday between Malaysia and Nepal is that Nepal went into their shell and they constructed a partnership, and that's where the match became really very interesting. It went down to the wire, and that's exactly what Saudi Arabia shouldn't be wanting to do. They have to be happy to be playing their shots, and that's where they would control this game for majority part of the time.
Syed Aziz back into attack. This time just trying to slog it over but taking the bottom edge of the bat, going into the deep square-like area for a much needed boundary for Saudi Arabia. Although lucky, Abdul Manan Ali, rather it is Waheed.
Valuable. Cannot complain when you're getting 4 runs to your name. It might come from the middle of the bat, it might come from the edge of the bat. On this occasion, it was the inside edge. On other days, it could very well go on to the stumps, but on today, it has allowed them to get 4 runs. So the intent is very clear. Driving on the rise on this occasion, not able to find the gap. Abdul Waheed, Abdul Ghaffar is the batter. 12 of 10 deliveries. Anything that is going to be pitched up is something that he's going to fancy his chances against. Abdul Waheed, Abdul Ghaffar. And this is a very difficult end to be bowling from. It has the assistance for the batter to be striking with the wind. And that's what it can happen. Slightly short of length, and the ball is going to be traveling all the way into the boundary lope. 4 valuable runs, and runs continue to flow for Saudi Arabia.
Look at this, a little bit of room and he just smacked it over the mid-wicket area, in fact square-leg area for a much-needed boundary. Look at this. A bit of shot, he saw it and he pounced on it.
If Saudi Arabia can get somewhere close to 45-50 in the power play, this will be a very difficult game for Malaysia. The only reason Malaysia was able to make a match out of this, wonderful batting. We'll come back to everything. We'll come back to ifs and bats later, because Abdul Waheed, Abdul Ghaffar is making a mockery of this run chase. He's striking boundaries at will, and this is what can happen.
It's a very ordinary bowling from Syed Aziz. At this pace, he cannot afford to put such a short ball, giving enough time to Abdul Waheed to free his arm and putting it across the square leg area. It's almost a replica of the previous boundary, back-to-back boundaries for Wahid now. 3 boundaries so far in this over. This one a good one. Ball shaping in a bit in. Abdul Wahid. Closely shaved.
5 ball, 12 runs. It's been a very good over for the Saudi Arabians. 24 on the board already. Yes, they have lost 1 wicket of Faisal Khan in the process. Abdul Manan Ali, he's walked in and he's been on the other side watching the flow of runs. Another beautiful shot. There is a fielder in the deep who's going to be cutting it off, but he will be holding on to the strike. Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar for the next over. 3 overs done. Saudi Arabia have launched and they are 25 for 1. The man who picked up a wicket has extracted an edge, and this edge is going to be travelling to the boundary. Both the sides wouldn't mind that, but it's a mediocre effort from Virundeep Singh. Should have had a slip in place. That's the way forward for Malaysia. They need to pick wickets and they need to be a little more attacking, coming from the outside edge of the batter.
Unfortunate for the Pawandeep Singh, there was no slip. Again, in the previous over, you saw Pranav, the bat taking the inner edge and went for the boundary. And similarly, this time also towards the third man.
Dealing in boundaries is Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar. As many as probably 4 boundaries in the last 7-8 deliveries. He's quickly moved on to 25 of 16. Looking to sweep once again. There is fine leg in position. He's happy to be playing his shots. Does realize there's not much. And that is the reason he's in a hurry. He's there to make the most of it. I'm sure he would be eyeing the man of the match trophy as well. And to be doing that, he needs to get good runs for himself.
Maybe as the instructor from the dugout, go and play your game. This time a very good line by Pawandeep, right on the money. He's a very experienced bowler, Pawandeep. I'm sure he would love to come back and have another wicket here for Malaysia.
3 dot balls in a row. Have to give it to him.
Closing it very nicely, Pawandeep, this over. 1 more ball to go. Considered just a boundary. The rest all 4 dot balls so far. A good comeback by Pawandeep.
Considered a lucky boundary of the outside edge, and ever since he's been spot on.
Again pushing the batsman on the back foot, not giving any room. At the end of 4 overs, Saudi Arabia 29 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Pawandeep saying 2 overs, 1 for 8. And that's the kind of effort that is required by Malaysia at the moment. It is one opportunity for them to make a match out of nothing. Vijay Unni, Suresh Unni is going to be bowling in. Those off spinners. He was one of the standout bowlers in the yesterday's game as well. Doesn't like to give a lot of air. Fires it in. And he's going to be bowling from the danger end. The end which has been taken apart. The most important part for Malaysian team is that once they get the ball in the hand, they don't concede singles very easily. You would have noticed 5 dot balls in a row in the previous over and then 3 dot balls to follow in this over as well. And it's only a single to follow that up. So 8 dot balls and a single, and they've immediately got the game back into equation. An equation that is in their favor. 30 for 1 in 4.4.
Absolutely. Vijayoni started extremely well, conceding just 1 run in his first 4 balls so far. He seems to be a skiddy bowler.
Yeah, he fires it in.
Yes.
He's a miser bowler. Doesn't want to give any opportunity. He's not looking to pick wickets, let's be honest. He's only looking to keep things tight. And in the process, he expects the batter to be making that mistake and gift him a wicket. And a very interesting field for him. Shot, pulled, in the gap, brilliantly shot. There is protection in the deep. And they are going to get 2 runs for it.
This time he was a bit short. And Abdul Wahid pounced on it for a couple of runs.
Even if you look at the field, Suresh, you see the long on really wide. That implies that he's not going to be pitching it full whatsoever. Firing it up once again. 5 overs done. And with the 3-run over from Vijayoni, it is going to be 32 for 1, Saudi Arabia.
Pawandeep continuing for Malaysia. This time the ball spinning in. A very experienced bowler, Pawandeep. So far conceded just 8 runs. He's in his 3rd over of the spell and taken the only wicket of Saudi Arabia, sending Faisal Khan back into the dugout.
Absolutely brilliant bowling from Pawandeep. Yesterday he also bowled well. This is the ball which we are fading for this quietly. Armours one coming into the batter. But so far so good. Wahid is on fire. Look at that one. Let's push it for the singles sake or yes. But very lucky. It could have been a close call. On to the up, played it out to the off the extra cover boundary for the maximum. This is what is required now from the Saudi batters.
Yeah, this is some ordinary ball by Pawandeep, giving a lot of room outside the off stump, as you can see in the replay, and which allows the batsman to free his arm, just pick up a long massive 6 over the long off area. Look at this, he connected very beautifully, standing and delivering over the long off area. Abdul Manan Ali. This time spraying it down to the leg stump. Umpire signaling white. This is what even the experienced bowler will go under pressure. After a massive 6, the ball sprayed to the leg stump for a white ball. A good comeback, but a misfield from Pawandeep. This may cost them heavily, Malaysia, because they are merely defending 146 total for them to prevent such single run is so important.
Yeah, it's not a magic, or you can say it could be a fighting total. Pavandeep once again opens his arm, frees his arm over the extra cover boundary. Beautiful shot. So this is what required right for the Saudi Arabian at the moment, trying to bridge the gap as much as they can.
Look at this, a very handsome extra cover shot by Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar, taking up Pawandeep for another boundary in this over. Saudi Arabia starting to open up now.
Good comeback, another 103 runs required with 9 wickets in hand. Down the leg side, very, very wide down the leg side. It's a wide ball. Joining me, Pranav, once again. A good over for Saudi Arabia, a mighty 6 and a boundary from Abdul Manan.
Yes, they've been a standout side to start off in the field, bowling, fielding. And now it is the batting that has been a brilliant effort. Chasing 147 to win. Getting 46 in the power play is Saudi Arabia. Yes, they have lost 1 wicket in the process of Faisal Khan, but everything else has been spot on for Saudi Arabia. Cannot take it away from them. And this is going to be an interesting chase. It's going to be the power play number 2 that is going to come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 circles, and that's the highlights of this incredible power play. Striking was on offer. Faisal Khan did depart early without troubling the scorers a lot. But ever since that, it was the likes of Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar that was enjoying his stroke play. And joined in to party along was Abdul Manan Ali, targeting and hitting all around the ground. Yes, not a lot of running between the wickets. They were happy to be playing dot balls. But when the ball was in their arc, they were looking to cut loose. Jamil bhai, if you were in the Malaysian think tank, just over 100 runs to win for Saudi Arabia, 9 wickets in hand, what would be the plan? A big appeal, a big appeal, and the finger has been raised. Plan is not required at the moment because it is the impressive attacking Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar that is going to be departing back to the dugout. Yes, he's got 32 to his name, but the finest of ages has allowed the wicketkeeper to come into action, and Vijay Unni with his tight lines has made a brilliant impact here.
Your answer is that wicket. I would want to take a wicket at this stage of the game, and what you rightly did, Malaysia got the second wicket. It was a quicker one, straightforward one, and got an edge, and so 2 wicket down for Saudi Arabia. 46 for 2 Saudi Arabia. Abdul Wahid, LBW to Vijay Unni, 32 of 26 deliveries.
He'll be mighty disappointed. 6 boundaries to his name. And just when he was looking settled, he did take his time in the middle as well. He's departed. So Malaysia continue to fight back here in this second game of theirs. They had a spirited effort yesterday against Nepal, and they're continuing to do that against Saudi Arabia. But it is this man to be watching out for. Hisham Sheikh, the captain of the Saudi Arabian team, the number 17, likes to be calling himself in comparison with AB de Villiers, sharing his numbers. Your thoughts on Hisham Sheikh?
Perfectly bowled within the stumps. Vijay Unni doing the right thing now. Not trying something extra, just trying to bowl within the wickets. And then the quick last one was the quicker one. Got an edge and he was caught behind. Lovely bowling from him.
I have a question to ask you, Jameel bhai. Which one is not the quicker one? Everything is fired in from Vijay only.
The one which has bowled the earlier one was that quicker one, keeping it straighter, going down the outside the off stump. He put the bat in and got an edge.
He's a miser bowler, Vijay Unni. Doesn't like to concede a lot of runs. No flight whatsoever on most occasions. That's exactly what he did against Nepal yesterday. He's continuing to do that against Saudi Arabia today as well. Abdul Manan Ali will have a crucial role to play along with the captain. They'll need to stitch a partnership here. Believe it was a carom ball. And that's given. That's given. That's 3 down for Saudi Arabia. And they are going to be in a lot of trouble. It was a play. It was a miss. I'm not sure what it was. But Abdul Manan Ali is going to be walking back to the pavilion. And this is the 3rd wicket down for Saudi Arabia. And Malaysia are not giving up. They are into the attack. And they are making a match out of nothing.
Well, absolutely. 2 wickets in the same over. But it was LBW given by the umpire. So 2 very, very crucial wickets from Saudi Arabia. Down it is Abdul Manan Ali, 8 runs of 1-6. So things back into the camp of Malaysia.
Good habits don't die hard is the saying, and that's exactly what Malaysia is replicating here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. It was the carom ball. That's what he's indicating to the umpire. The ball which straightens. And that's what would have allowed Vijay Unni to get a wicket here. They love to fight. They love to make a match out of nothing. And if you look at that, yes, just struck on the leg side, but did that turn in good enough to straighten is the question. And the question was answered in favor of the bowler Vijay Unni by the umpire. Trouble times. And they will be looking to rotate the strike a little more. 2 wickets in an over from Vijay Unni and just 2 runs of it. Brilliant over from Vijay Unni comes to an end. Those figures are something to be very happy about. 2 for 5 in 2 overs. And Saudi Arabia are in a lot of trouble suddenly. 48 for 3 at the end of 7.
Just look at the scorecard. It is Abdul Wahid who top score with 32, followed by Faisal Khan 2, Abdul Manan Ali 8. So 48 for 3 with 4 extras. 48 for 3, challenging 146 to chase.
If you've lost 3 wickets in quick succession and 75% of your runs have come from one batter and he's departed back, you're always going to be in a stressful situation, and such is the equation for Saudi Arabia. Beautiful scenes. If you're anywhere in the world, make sure you book your ticket and make your way to the Oman Cricket Academy, because the ACC Men's T20 Premier Cup is on the way. 10 teams into action in 2 groups. At the moment it is Saudi Arabia versus Malaysia. And what incredible encounters we are witnessing in this tournament. Love the game versus Qatar. Qatar versus UAE. What a match. 435 runs in 40 overs. In excess of, believe me you, if I was to be predicting as an analyst, I thought Qatar was never an equation at the end of first innings. And the way they struck back at the talented, huge potential tournament favorites, the United Arab Emirates, brilliant. Bahrain, I beg your pardon, Bahrain versus UAE.
Brilliantly bowled by Pavandeep. He is not giving a poor fielding. This is what Malaysia has to stop this. Each run is very, very important for them to save. Under the 146 and they have scored. And we have got a record today on the ground number 1. Look at that one. Sloppy fielding. Missed it. It Did put that down, tried to stop the ball, went through the hands. 6 sixes in an over, Pranav. Onto the back foot, cuts nicely, but the fielder is there, so only 1 run.
6 sixes in an over. Tell me more about it. At the Oman Cricket Academy, this is something that is going to be talked about for a while now.
Absolutely, it is ground number 1. You were talking to me when you were outside. There is lots of shots coming. That was for that one. Each ball has been hit out of the ground. Nicely placed, but managed to get a single. It's now the time for Saudi Arabia to go for the singles and out boundary definitely to their total. Currently, the situation hangs in balance for both Malaysia and Saudi Arabia at the moment.
Oh yes, now is when I get the action in place. Nepal, that was standing at 174 for 7 at the end of 19 overs, finished at 210 for the loss of 7, and believe it or not, Dipendra Singh Airy. We'll come back to that. 8 overs done, 53 for 3, Saudi Arabia. So coming back to the match between Nepal and Qatar on ground number 1, 174 is where they were standing at the end of 19, finished at 210, 6 sixes in an over to Kamran Khan by Dipendra Singh Airy. What wonderful striking was that from the bat of Dipendra Airy. He's one of the star players of Nepal. And it's more reasons for you to book your tickets to Oman and make your way to the Oman Cricket Academy. Showing his variations, Vijay Unni. Look at those figures. Jameel bhai, are you impressed? It's so difficult to impress you. Are you impressed or not?
Totally impressed. You were talking about how the things could be done. And it was just a scoop down to the fine leg boundary finally. But the fielder came quickly and stopped the boundary. So 2 valuable runs for Saudi Arabia. As I was talking about this, the match now hangs in balance between Malaysia and Saudi Arabia. Malaysia lost 5 wickets in the 55 runs on board and then took it to 146. And now we'll see from here how things goes. 3 wicket down.
He's firing it in. Vijay Unni. He's bowling the spell of his life here at the Oman Cricket Academy. He's picked up 2 wickets. It's so crucial that he continues to do what he's doing here. Firing it in, putting the variations. And that brilliant throw with the deflection of the bowler, not allowing a wicket to fall off Saudi Arabia. They need a partnership here. The captain does realize it. Then they don't have a lot to chase. And that's where it's important that a partnership is built before they cut loose.
They should have a wicket in hands, going for the singles and doubles, the right way to go at the moment. Taking the pressure off of losing wickets. He is bowling dot on the mat tide. This Vijay only just bowling within the end of over number 10, rather 9. It is 57 for 3. Brilliant bowling from Vijay only. 3 overs, 2 wickets for 9 runs.
So that's the bowling card so far. Syed Aziz, 2 overs, 21 for no wickets to him. But Pawandeep Singh and Vijay Unni, they have to be spoken about. 1 wicket for Pawandeep Singh and 2 wickets to the name of Vijay Unni, who's bowled 3 overs and conceded only 9 runs. Pawandeep Singh has been bowled out. 1 for 27 for him. And that economy is also pretty decent. The question is going to be, how are the pacers going to be used moving ahead into this match? Yes, they have a few more spinners to offer Malaysia. It's going to be the leg spin, rather the off spin of Khizar Hayat.
Very typical action from Khizar Hayat.
Reminds you of Saqlain Mushtaq? Have a view. Remember Saqlain Mushtaq and have a view of Khizar Hayat.
The inventor of the Dusra in the world.
Not just the inventor of Dusra, but one of the most premium off spinners in the world. Yes, he is an inventor. I'm not taking it away from them. But one of the most premium off spinners the world has seen, Saqlain Mushtaq. Oh yes, Saqlain Mushtaq. We'll wait to see your comments on that one.
He's trying to bowl quicker one, huh? Quick off spinners. Sometimes it's difficult to read those. That's a nice way. Just roll the wrist down towards the square leg, rather mid wicket for a single. Runs to be required on each and every ball at the moment for Saudi Arabia. An odd boundary will definitely ease the pressure.
The equation is rising at the moment. The required run rate in excess of 8.5. And they will have to cut loose pretty soon. Cannot allow it to get to 10 when you're chasing 146. Almost around the halfway mark. The spinners have brought the game back. It's a no-brainer. 61 for 3. And they're happy to be dealing in singles at the moment here.
So far so good. Singles are always welcome in any sort of cricket. It is 5 singles on 5 deliveries. So it's good going for Saudi Arabia, not losing any delivery without a run.
Shot. And that struck well in the gap. Believe that's gone all the way. That will release the pressure just before the drinks break here at the Oman Cricket Academy. It came from the bat of the captain, Hisham, and it was struck very cleanly.
Beautiful delivery, rather it's a beautiful shot. Just picked up, got back a bit, picks the gap between mid-wicket and square leg. Perfect maximum for Saudi Arabia, badly looking for it. A very good over now.
And with that, it's going to be time for drinks for not just us, but also the players. It's a hot and humid day, and that's a much needed break.
This is the first boundary. This is on to the back foot this time, but straight to the fielder at cover. That was pulled nicely over the mid-wicket boundary for the maximum. This time once again he played it out. And this is the bowler who came. Hit brilliantly, but in the waiting hands. This time nicely played, uses his feet up to the... And it was a quad behind, quicker one. So the wicket number 2. And this is the wicket number 3, given out LBW. And that was the one, the last one, played brilliantly over the mid-wicket boundary for 6. So far, things are okay for Saudi Arabia, though they lost 3 wickets, 68 for 3, 10 overs gone.
Right, then we are back. 68 for 3 at the halfway mark of the second innings. Hisham is looking good here, the captain, and alongside him it is Waji. And it is going to be the captain, Virendeep Singh, who is going to be coming into the attack, in my belief. And he's going to be coming in from the dangerous hockey stadium end. What are you expecting here? Does bowl a little slower through the air. He can make or break a match. And that is where it's a very important, crucial time to come in.
Onto the back foot, played it out towards the extra cover for the single, slightly short of the length, and this was played nicely.
These visuals are brought to you from the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. This is none other than the Men's T20 Premier Cup 2024. 10 teams participating in it. And at the moment, Saudi Arabia versus Malaysia is the match. Chasing 147 to win. Saudi Arabia are looking to build a partnership here. An event as beautiful as this cannot be possible without the support of our partners. Our official partners are Dafa News, 1xBat, Babu 88 Sports, official streaming partner in India, Pancode, official broadcast partner in Nepal, Kantipo TV. That's kite up. That's kite up. It's traveling and it's traveling all the way. A maximum from the batter Waji. Loves to play his shots, and exactly that's what he's doing.
Brilliant work be done by him. Just picked up nicely off the front in front of her with full flow of the bat over the long on boundary for the maximum. So one odd boundary, one odd maximum will definitely put pressure back on Malaysia.
And a quick single to get off strike. This is brilliant cricket from Saudi Arabia. Let's not forget our commercial partner, TCM. These wonderful visuals are coming courtesy of those tireless hours that are put in by our production team. And a big shout out to the entire production team for bringing these wonderful visuals to you. 11 overs done, 78 for the loss of 3 wickets, Saudi Arabia. Unlock cricket? Yes, that's exactly what you need to be doing. Download the ACC app right now. And right now means immediately. It's available on Android and iOS platforms. You could also visit the www.asiancricket.org. That's our website to be a part of all this lovely action that is taking place here from the heart of Muscat between these Al Hajar mountains. That's gone up in the air. There's a fielder coming in it. And even the diving effort will not be able to restrict that ball from traveling to the boundary. So a little bit of luck on offer to Waji. He's looking to take the attack on.
This time he played it uppishly over to the cover point. Waiting hand for the fielder. Couldn't stop the boundary. Look at that one. Not a complete confident shot from the batter, but finally 4 runs has come out.
And if you're not able to visit or download the ACC app, what you can do is book your tickets to Oman and make your way to the Oman Cricket Academy, where these 10 spectacular teams are participating in the ACC Men's T20 Premier Cup here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Tourism is something that Oman promotes, and these are wonderful visuals if you are a big cricket fan. Any thoughts on that, Jamil Bhai?
No doubt about it. Everything you said is perfect. This time, look at that one. The bowler slipped, ball goes out of the hands. So, good one for Saudi Arab. Onto the back foot. Try to steal a single out of it, but no, can't done.
A big shout out to the ground staff as well. They've put in the hard yards. Not easy to maintain the wickets. It's an extension into the off season. The season ends just prior to Ramadan, but it has not stopped here in Oman. Yes, they are going to be featuring in that big competition in the Caribbean, and that's where this has been seen as a preparatory camp to that big tournament. Yes, a win in this could well mean that they can get to the Asia Cup, and also the...
So 2 runs has been taken, the second one has been sent to the third umpire. Batter looks to be confident, and let us see what the third umpire decision will be.
Let's have a quick look at the replay. The first one was run hard, and they were pushing for the second. And that's brilliant running in my opinion. Just making it in time. Or is he just shot? Touch and go. Touch and go. It's a touch and go movement here. The winner goes to the Asia Cup, and top three finishers will also make it to the Emerging Cup, the under-23s of the Test playing nations and the national sides of the associate nations. So not out, it has been signalled, and the play will continue. 12 overs done, 86 for 3, Saudi Arabia. Driven hard, and a deflection will allow them to get a single of that. Virendeep will continue, and immediately the umpires will get involved, because that was well struck, and the fielder is down on the ground. He's struggling. These are not great visuals. He's struggling. Probably that impacted on his shin. The physio is immediately into action here. I believe it struck him on his knee.
Look at that. Well, full-blooded. Takes it on the ankle. Rather, the magic spray has come up to rescue the pain from the fielder.
Imagine how hard it was struck. The cameraman did not get time to follow the delivery. Action was over even before it started. And he is going to be limping back to the pavilion. It's not great signs for anyone that plays this wonderful game of cricket. But take a bow. He's a young lad. Limping it out. He will get his treatment, and he will be back in action pretty soon. Virendeep Singh has a very important role to play, conceding 10 runs in his first over. He was taken apart with the maximum downtown from the bat of Waji. 28 of 18 deliveries for Waji. He's been the main performer for Saudi Arabia at the moment. On the other side, it is the captain Hisham who's playing the second fiddle. 12 of 16 deliveries.
Right thing been done by the skipper himself, just giving him all the support. This time played it out towards the mid-wicket region. And they go for quick two. Good running between the wicket. That's what is required at the moment. Though the currents are coming, making things easy for Saudi Arabia to reach the target 146.
The required run rate is well in control, courtesy of those few lusty blows from the bat of Waji. Firing it in. It is the quicker delivery from Virendeep Singh. Down the leg on this occasion. Absolutely criminal when you're just defending 147 on board on a track as good as this. Cannot be conceding any extras whatsoever. Using his height on this occasion.
Good comeback from him. Look at that delivery, which has been bowled just now. Into the gap. And the batter was in two mind. This time beautifully bowled, turning a bit. And it was a work done by the wicketkeeper. Once again, referred to third umpire. But the ball did turn a bit.
This is something that Virendeep Singh does. And he does well. Gives it a little bit of air. Uses his height. And because it is a little slower through the air, the ball does get a lot of time to grip the surface and extract a little bit of turn. And on this occasion, it was a lot of turn. It was a brilliant piece of glove work behind the stumps, very quick. This is probably going to be curtains for the captain. We're just going to be waiting for the visuals.
Just show us the lights if possible.
Hisham would have seen those visuals on the big screen and he's already walking back. Yes, it's been given out and the captain is going to be departing back, and this is trouble for Saudi Arabia just as they lose their fourth wicket.
Brilliant work done by the wicket keeper. Look at that, in a flash of a second he's moved the bells off and Hisham was stranded. So 4 wicket down for Saudi Arabia, 90 for 4. There's still a long way to go from here on.
Yes, they just need around 57 runs to win in the remaining 7.2 overs. So the difference is just of a few boundaries. But it is the quality, the fighting spirit of Malaysia that is making it interesting. It's a gloomy day. Clouds have been on offer and soon we will be seeing some light to be coming into action. A huge appeal from Virendeep Singh. They're very interested and an inside edge is what is suggested by the umpire here.
He bowled superb length and line. Virendeep doing his job as a left arm slow bowler. That was stuck beautifully. Well stopped by the fielder at the deep long on. End of over number 13. It is 91 for 4 Saudi Arabia.
It was in the arc of the left-hander who has just walked in and that ball was travelling and falling just short of the charging in long on. And he did well to put his body behind the line to make sure that the ball stays in play. The lights have just come on the other ground. And it's only a matter of time that the lights will come on this ground as well. 32 of 26 for Abdul Wahid. And right now it is all about Wajiul Hassan, 28 of 18. Yes, the captain has departed, 14 of 19. He was looking good as well till the time he was in the middle with Waji. But Saudi Arabia, yes, they do bat deep. And we've heard a lot about them. But if they have they are to witness and notice and establish a win, the first one for themselves in this tournament, then they will have to score very quickly to make sure they get these remaining 50-55 runs in 7 overs.
Once again, match once again hangs in the balance. We're talking about every wicket which is falling down, definitely putting pressure. Try cut straight to the fielder. So Baji is now hope for Saudi Arabia. He's batting well, 28 of just 18. Once again outside the office stump, loud appeal, and it has been given out, caught behind. What a comeback from Mohammad Amir Azim, and what a blow to Saudi Arab. Wicket number 5 for Malaysia. It was totally outside the office stump. The batter tried to cut. I'm sure got the thinnest of the edges and goes into the wicket keeper's head. So Malaysia bounced back into the game. As the Malaysia bounced back, Suresh also join us in the com box.
Thank you, Jamil Bhai. Half the Saudi Arabia batting back into the dugout. Look at this, outside the off stump, trying to reach out, and the slight edge caught behind. Amir taking all important wicket. Waji is the lone warrior, still on the crease. Sharing a piece of advice with the newly walked in batsman.
The lights are on in our ground number 2 as well. It's cloudy conditions at the moment. So a great comeback by Malaysia. At one stage things going back into the way of Saudi Arabia, and then 2 quick wickets in the span of a couple of overs brought things back into the Malaysian camp. This time we just in the half volley played it out towards the long off. Great work to be done by the fielders of Malaysia. And it is this man who can carry the things together for Saudi Arab. It is Waji. That was the closer one, tried to pull into the block hole.
Saudi Arabia, 92, half the side out. This time a bit of space and driving it to the cover area. There is a sweeper in place to cover it up. Had to contend just for a single run. Mohammad Amir Azim having a good spell. Is into his second over. Just conceded 2 runs and had a all important wicket. This time trying to slog it right over the mid-wicket area. It went all the way for the maximum. Usman Khalid showing his hitting skill, and Amir Azim is being taken for a task on the very last ball of his over.
Absolutely brilliant. He picked it up, the ball turned, and so as his ball turned, and he just hammered it over the mid-wicket for the 6 runs. So 14 overs gone, and it is 99 for 5.
The required run rate for Saudi Arabia, 8, requiring 48 runs in 36 balls. Mohammad Hisham Sheikh, the captain of Saudi Arabia, must be wondering which bowler to bring at this moment of the game, so he can sneak in couple of tight overs to put pressure back. Rather Malaysian keeper, I would say, Virendra Singh.
What the beauty of this game is that it always goes one way or the other. Initially, the Saudi started very well, then couple of wickets put them back, then again a good partnership between Waji and skipper Ishtiaq, but after the departure of Ishtiaq, 2 more wickets fell down. So they are now 99 for 5, still requiring 48 runs from 36 balls, which is not a difficult task to achieve. But the only thing that batter had to be play all 36 deliveries, and of course then that could be they are the winner for this match. Some field adjustment is going on there. Once again, it is the man who really did superb job for Malaysia.
Mohammad Wafiq Irfan back into attack.
Look at the field is there. All the field are on the fence. Everybody is just guarding the fence. They are trying to restrict Saudi to get boundaries at the moment. And it is Wafiq who is going, Mohammad Wafiq who is going to bowl the very important 15th over of the innings.
Is it the right ploy, Jamil Bhai? The field seems to be spread out. This one to the pads, glance it towards the onside for a comfortable single. What should be the strategy from the Saudi side? It looks the strategy is pretty clear from Malaysian side. The field is being spread out. They are happy to concede single.
Well, the only thing is that to hang on the wicket, looks for the singles. That's the only way out. Once they will getting singles and doubles, things will definitely come into their way. But definitely they had to stay on the wicket. That's the more important at this moment of the game, where the game is hanged equally balanced for both the teams. So full toss, good delivery from him. And good that he didn't play it full of the bat, could have been in the hands of the extra cover.
46 runs required for Saudi Arabia from the remaining 24 balls. Maybe a wicket or two here from the Malaysian perspective. Maybe if they put couple of close catching fielder, this would I would have done this.
Couple of sixes, what about that?
Yes, but you have to take your chances. This time driving it to the long on for a comfortable single. But if this goes on and the Saudi takes the game deeper without losing any more wicket, it will make their job much easier. So Malaysian has to take a call or their chance in the next couple of overs.
Saudi Arabia doesn't need any hurry of that run. The runs are of course in chaseable, 33 of deliveries, 45 runs. Not difficult task, but the only thing they have to keep their cool. That was a bad delivery. Right time, boundary for Saudi Arabia.
A smart cricket by Usman Khalid. A loose delivery provided for a boundary. Look at this. He just need to guide it towards the leg glance to the... Look at this. A wayward bowling. Just he need to glide it towards the boundary. There was no man behind protecting the boundary. Mohammad Wafiq. This time another full toss, another squaring it to the square leg, but this time there is a protection at the boundary which would restrict Saudi Arabia to just a single run.
Well, so far good over for Saudi Arabia at the moment. A boundary came at the right time through the bat of Usman Khalid. He also have a big maximum in this score of 13. So Mohammad Wafiq this time brilliantly picked up over the head of the bowler, 4 runs. This is what is required. Lovely shot.
Excellent batting display by Waji, hitting the ball over the extra cover region for easy boundary. Look at this, just a chance to free his arm. He knows there was no fielder outside the inner circle. He just had to clear the inner circle, making it sure the ball reaches to the boundary, a much needed boundary for Saudi Arabia. At the end of 15th over, Saudi Arabia 111 for 5 wickets. Saudi Arabia needing 36 runs from the remaining 30 balls. This is what has helped Saudi Arabia, the partnership of Abdul Wahid, 24 of 18, 34 of 26, Abdul Manan Ali and Abdul Wahid. Another important partnership, Wajiul Hassan, Hisham Sheikh, 43 of 35 balls. These small partnerships, this is playing down the leg stump. Umpire signaling wide.
So every run is important. Middle and off, nicely played out towards the wider baton. Nice to take the single as well. So Saudi Arabia inching toward the target, 147 rather than 46, with 5 wickets in hand. This man bowled extremely well. Just given away 10 and so far it got 2 wickets. Down the leg side, just tucked away from the toes for the single.
That's a smart cricket from Saudi Arabia. Waji continuing 36 of 24 without taking any undue risk. Vijay Unni so far conceding 12 runs, taking 2 wickets. This time onto the leg stump. The ball is going down the leg stump.
Well, this time really pressuring both the batters. Well, they should keep calm, go for the singles as they are doing now. This time he hammered it through the extra cover. Sweeper comes, stumbled a bit, but they get 2 runs. Each run now it's taking pressure off Saudi Arabia.
Certainly Usman Khalid and Waji playing very smartly, making sure they keep ticking the scoreboard. 31 of 26 this time, just guiding it to the long mid-on for another comfortable single. Not planning to take any risk at this moment, and there is no need as well.
Keep their cool, go for the singles. That's the right technique at the moment for these batters for Saudi. Onto the back foot once again, straight to a fielder. And that's the end of over number 16. It is 118 for 5. Saudi Arab is still requiring 29 runs of 24 deliveries. Don't give anything right now. Let the over to go 1 or 2, then we can have it.
This time just taking it towards the point area for a quick single, a bit overthrow, but there is a backup. Virendip Singh, the captain of Malaysia, bringing himself back into his 3rd over. So far conceded 16 runs and took 1 wicket. 28 runs required of 23 balls. Usman Khalid on strike. This time little bit wide. Usman Khalid trying to chase, couldn't connect it. I think Jamil bhai, this is the high time now. The Malaysia has to take a wicket or two to put Saudi Arabia back under pressure.
If you go back 2 wickets, both quite behind has been done in the similar fashion. Way outside the off stump, tried to cut, got the bottom edge, and the wicket keeper does the rest. So there's the same situation now. That's wide again. It's a very valuable wide for Saudi Arab.
Virendra trying to keep away from the left-hander. That's what his clear-cut plan looks like. He's keeping it, not giving into the arc of Usman Khalid. Now quickly, Owaji smart enough to go back to Usman Khalid and having a word with him. Maybe he would have advised him, just take it for a quick single and rotate the strike and let me face the delivery.
That will be the right technique at the moment. Doesn't have to come up with what you call with the sentiments going down the wicket, rush of blood, no need of that. They know the things are in their hands. Just cool down, go for the singles. No matter, a ball has been missed, no shoes, but go for the singles and the ball at the right way. This time onto the back foot, cuts nicely, but still there is a fielder at the deep cover point boundary.
This seems to be a clear-cut plan of Malaysian side. Virendra keeping the ball away. He's happy conceding single. But somewhere, Jamil bhai, I feel they need to attack and go for a wicket or two here at this moment. Dancing down the track onto the pads. Again, another single. Usman Khalid went too close to the ball in the process, could only manage to collect a single.
There should not be too much rush of the blood at the moment for both the Saudi batter. They are going well. Why to take chances? Go for the singles. It's quite easy. This time he hammered it beautifully from the meat of the bat. The waiting ends of the deep mid-wicket boundary. So the wicket which Malaysia was looking for finally succeeded in getting that wicket.
It's a much needed wicket, and that too provided by the captain of Malaysian side, Virendra Singh. This is what I was saying, Jamil bhai. A wicket or two here will make the match really interesting. It was in the slot. He tried to pull it over the mid-wicket area, but only to find the fielder on the ropes or the safe pair of hands. Usman Khalid going back into the dugout for a well-made 18 of 13 balls, caught by Mohammad Amir Azim, bowled Virendra Singh, the captain of Malaysian side.
So once again the match coming to a very interesting stage. The Saudi Arab and Malaysia. At one stage thing looks to be in favor of Saudi, but later on it's a great comeback by Malaysia. Couple of very important wickets. I can say some reckless shots from the batters of Saudi Arabia let them down to 6 wickets down. Otherwise they could have easily come up to that one. But still, things are still in the hands of Saudi Arab. They can go through.
Still the match is not yet finished. Mohammad Amir Azim back into attack for Malaysia. The new batter in Zaidul Abidin, this time trying to cut through the cover area for a comfortable single. Mohammad Amir Azim has bowled so far well, conceding just 17 runs in his 2.1 over, taking 1 wicket.
Well, things are looking very closer. At one stage it looks to be a one almost sided game. This is totally wide game, wide ball rather. They have to avoid those wide at this moment. Each run is precious now. Coming into the wicket, plays it down towards the deep wicket boundary. And there's some misunderstanding once again. They have to keep their cool. The batters must have good understanding between them. Yes, no, yes, no. Any run out at this stage will definitely a disaster for Saudi Arabia.
Certainly, Jamil Bhai, this is what I was about to say. It looks to me going down the wire, a battle of nerves now. Saudi Arabia requiring 22 runs of 16 balls. And the more closer it goes, the more the nerves will take over of these players. This time down the line, trying to hit to the cover, and it's an extremely good catch. It looks like Virendra Singh has taken a blinder. Jersey number 23 for Malaysia, Virendra Singh. A stunner catch he has taken.
Absolutely spot on. What a brilliant catch it was. Taking inches off the ground, but umpire has to go to confirm that it has been cleanly taken. But what would have been a crucial blow to Saudi Arab's chase now. Look at that one. He hammered it over the extra cover. Look at that one. I hope things would have been clear. What a blinder. Absolutely blinder. Leading the team from the front. Such type of stunners definitely boost the morale of the team.
We'll wait for the TV umpire. This could be the turning point of the match. Jamil Bhai, what do you say?
Absolutely spot on, yes. I think they don't need to do something, just go for the singles. He's just telling himself what I have done, should have go for the singles rather than playing the upper shots. Well. This is what the beauty of this game is. We have seen in the match against Nepal and Qatar, it was Ayari who scored 6 sixes in the last over. And now it is Malaysia come back strongly. I told you, if you remember, Suraj, that 146, not a big score. Fighting score, they can come back, and they did come back in a style.
And the all-important wicket of Wajiul Hassan, who was playing so well, 40. And Mohammad Amir Azim bowling to his strength, keeping it very straight and simple, conceding just 3 runs and a wicket in this over number 18. This time again, Usman Najib trying to hit too hard straight to the fielder, another dot ball to end the over. So at the end of 18 overs, Saudi Arabia 125 for 7. Saudi Arabia still needing 22 runs off 12 balls. This was the problem with both the sides. When Malaysia batted first, the regular fall of wickets for the blue, warm, and similar pattern you can see for the Malaysia as well, both the teams. Especially in Saudi Arabia case, those 4 wickets at the over interval of 13 and 14, and now back-to-back wicket in the over number 17 and 18, making it little tough for Saudi Arabia. They almost have the match in their grasp for the most of the time, but now a challenging task for Saudi Arabia to chase these 20 odd runs.
Still it is anybody's game, we can say right now. Malaysia has got 7 wickets, still 20 run rate, 11 run in overs, current 6.97. So it's a very good and interesting game we have. 146 is always not a good score to be called in cricket, but all credit goes to Malaysian bowlers and some reckless batting from the Saudi batters as well. This time he pulled it away beautifully, but the fielder is there. Superb placement of fielders by the Malaysian captain, looking the situation, doing the right thing, bowlers doing the right thing, bowling on the right areas where they can go for it.
Virendip Singh, the captain of Malaysia, opting for Khizar Hayat for this very important over number 19. He has conceded 11 in his previous over. This time right into the money. Clean bowled Usman Nazeeb. Khizar Hayat giving another break to Malaysia rather. Saudi losing another wicket.
It was a straighter one, tried to pull it toward the mid wicket. If somebody has to blame, it is the Saudi batters who make the mockery of the situation rather than keeping their cool, going for the singles and doubles. Idil Usman Najib got bowled by Khidr for a duck. And now things once again looks 80-20 in the favor of Malaysia, I believe.
That's what I said in the first half of the game. Jamil Bhai, like this score of 140, 150 seems to be tricky because the batting would decide to chase when they come back out for the batting. They are in double mind how to go ahead with this, chasing of 140, 150, whether they should go all out aggressively in the power play or should they play cautiously to make sure they retain this wicket. Saudi Arabia, although started very nicely in the beginning, but after 12 overs, they started losing their way.
Couple of cameo from the Saudi batter. This was the one high into the air, and it was a maximum. I was just talking about that somebody should come the way Aries came from Nepal, and this man Zainul Abidin did the same thing. Look at that one with flow of the bat over the wider mid-wicket boundary for the maximum.
Ishtiaq Ahmed pulling a 6 maximum for Saudi Arabia, a much needed one. He showed his skill of bowling during the first half. Now he's showing his skill with the bat. Straight away, another one. He's going through the cover this time. There is a fielder under the ball. No, it falls short. Ishtiaq had to settle for just 1 run.
Anyhow, I think the blow has been dealt it by this man, Zainul Abidin, rather Ishtiaq, who came in and hammered the very first delivery to the maximum. 133, only 14 required of 8 deliveries. Uses the feet over the extra cover, and then it will be another wicket. So wicket number 9 gone. What a comeback from Malaysia. And Khidr Hayat's over has been phenomenal. 2 wickets in the same over.
And look at Virendip Singh, the captain who is a catcher this time around. He's so cool and composed. Another wicket tumble for Saudi Arabia. Zainul Abidin back to the dugout, scoring just 2 runs. Scored Virendip, both Khizar Hayat. 8 downs for Saudi Arabia now.
What a beauty of this game is, Suresh. You never know until the last ball being bowled. At one stage, Malaysia struggling 50 for 5 and then moved on to score 146. Some couple of good innings from their batters. Look at the fall of the wicket of Saudi. 1 for 12, 2 for 46, 3 for 47, 4 for 90, 5 for 91, 6 for 122, and then 7 for 125, 8 for 126, 9 for 133. Regular, except couple of wickets in the over of number 5 and number 6.
That's where the Saudi falls short, Jamil. In the last 12 runs, they lost almost 4 wickets back to back, making things difficult. Ahmad Raza, the new batter in for Saudi Arabia, this time playing very cautiously and negating Khizar Hayat last delivery. So at the end of 19 overs, Saudi Arabia 133 for 9.
This was the last wicket. Beautifully bowled, capped down a bit, little down the wicket and took the wicket off. And this second one in the same over. So the Khidr Hayat, the man who was among the wicket, and the captain himself took the 2 brilliant catches in the extra cover area. Now
14 runs required in the last 6 balls.
and once again the captain himself came in to bowl on Virandeep after some outstanding outing in the field, got 2 brilliant catches, got 2 wickets now. That is the bad delivery from him outside the office stump. He knows that how important now for each and every delivery is. One more delivery, one extra run, one extra might be the 6th one in the next delivery.
I'm sure the plan of Virendeep Singh is very clear. Again, yes, that's the end of Saudi Arabia, losing all their wickets. 19.1 overs. So Saudi Arabia bundled out for 134 in the chase of 146 set by Malaysia. Thus Saudi Arabia losing this match by 13 runs. Virendeep Singh, the captain of Malaysia, winding up the inning, and it's a big win for Malaysia considering they were at 55 odd for 5 during the first off when they were batting. They recovered from there at 146 and could manage to bundle Saudi Arabia out for 134. Thus Malaysia won the match by 12 runs.
Well, what a pathetic display of batting from Saudi Arabia. They were not chasing a big target, a target 146, but what a comeback from Malaysia, especially Virendeep Singh leading the team from the front. 2 catches and 3 wickets in just 3.1 overs, giving away only 20 runs. What a magnificent victory for Malaysia. Let us go back to the batting card. Is it Abdul Wahid who scored 32 of 26 runs? I am just giving the highlights. Hisham Sheikh 14 of 19. It was Wajul Hassan who played a superb role of 40 for just 29 deliveries. Later on, some good batting from Usman Khalid, 18 for 30 runs, and they were all out in 19.1 overs, 134 all out.
Saudi have no one but to blame themselves for this failure of batting. Let's look at the bowling card of Malaysia. The most successful bowler, Virendeep Singh, the captain of Malaysia, taking 3 wickets for 20 runs. Another couple of wickets for Vijay Unni, conceding 16 runs. And Khizar Hayat Durrani, the all-important wickets at the end, conceding 19 runs. Each wicket to Pawandeep Singh and Saeed Aziz and Mohammad Wafiq Irfan equally supporting, thus restricting Saudi Arabia for just 134 in this match number 8 of ACC Premier Men's Cup 2024.
So now go to match summary. Malaysia batted first, 146 for 7. Some brilliant batting from Ahmad Aqid Wide, 65 not out. Good support from Sherwin, Muninde 22 and Vijay Unni 20. And it was Usman Khalid who was spearheaded the attack for Saudi Arabia, got 3 for 33 and 1 wicket apiece for Ishtiaq Ahmed, Nisham Sheikh and Ahmad Raza. Chasing 146, Saudi Arabia bundled out for 134 in 19.1 overs except Wajul Hassan 40, Abdul Wahid 32 and Usman Khalid 18. The bulk of the wickets had been taken by Virendeep Singh, 3 for 20 of 3.1 overs. Vijay Unni well supported him, 2 for 16. Once again, Muhammad Amir Azim got 2 for 19 and Khidr Hayat Durrani 2 for 19. So Malaysia won the match by 12 runs and beaten Saudi Arabia. So we'll take a short break and we'll go for the post-match presentation.
Mike, check.
Some highlights of the game. Onto the back foot this time, but the first wicket.
Check.
This was put up there. So this is the wicket which was being taken care of. Once again, that was the second wicket in the same over. LBW. This was the mighty hit over the extra cover boundary. And that once again was a brilliant stumping. And this again outside the off stump, took the bottom part of the bat and caught behind. This time very well hit over the mid wicket. There is another boundary for that, and once again it was hammered it straight to the waiting edge of deep mid wicket. And these are the wickets which really kept down. It was wonderful heads up by the skipper with a deep. This was bowled by Khizr in the same over, the second wicket. That mighty six does not stop Malaysia to bring victory, and this was the Varandeep Singh once again came up and got the wicket. And this is the last wicket bowled by Varandeep himself. So what a victory for Malaysia, 13-run victory against Saudi Arab. So that's all from the com box. See you tomorrow for the next matches.
Bowling the last one. I don't know how. I've done it so many times. In my life. But you run out only. What a poser, yeah. Why you guys always sing loud? I'm talking loud, no?
That's a general instruction to everyone. Because what happens when you're soft right, then we have to keep getting closer and then your face. So like when I'm talking from here, right? So that's where because that's when you get the good footage. भाई थोड़ा सा चेंज करना है। ये देखो कैमरामैन की तरफ देखो, ऐसे दिखाना है। वैसे एंगल करना, एंगल करना, टेढ़ा करना है, टेढ़ा। हाँ बस। थोड़ा इस तरफ तेरा भाई देखो, इधर देखो, मेरे तरफ देखो। इधर क्या? भाई हाँ मैं एक बार चेक कर रहा हूँ। इंग्लिश इंग्लिश ठीक है, हिंदी इंग्लिश। Check. Check. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check. Good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation of the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024. Before we begin, we would like to thank Asian Cricket Council and the Oman Cricket for hosting this T20 cricket tournament. We would also like to thank our sponsors, official streaming partner India, its fan code, official broadcast partner Nepal, Kantipur TV, official partners Dafa News, 1xBat, Babu 88 Sports. Commercial partners, they cannot be going without mentioning them. TCM, they've done a wonderful job here at Oman Cricket Academy. In the 8th league match of the tournament, Malaysia, yes, believe it or not, it is Malaysia that have beaten Saudi in a low-scoring thriller by just mere margin of 13 runs. And to announce the man of the match, I would first like to introduce the match referee this evening, Mr. Hamim Talwar, who is going to be giving away the award. And if it's a low scoring encounter, it has to be the man who's put runs on the board. It is none other than Akil Wahid, who scored 65 of 46. Akil, could you please come ahead? 7 boundaries and 2 maximums. Akil, wonderful batting in a low scoring encounter. The previous game, 450 runs odd. On this match, a low scoring thriller. How is it feeling?
Yeah, we struggled a bit at the start, but it's good. The middle and lower order, we're able to chip in a bit, and just glad to take my opportunity. But overall, it's good that the boys got the win in the end. So yeah, pretty happy we got the win.
At any point of time, would you feel that you were trying to push in too much, trying to get too many, and that's where a lot of wickets in the initial phase?
Yeah, definitely, and I think Saudi bowled really well. Credit to all their bowlers, they did an amazing job, so it's really tough.
Honest question, and I'm going to be asking this to your captain as well. Did you believe at the halfway mark that you've got enough?
Yeah, I did, but our bowlers definitely showed that they can defend any total, and we had some quality spells there from our spinners, and I'm glad they were able to get the job done.
Fantastic one. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, Dan.
With that, I would also like to call in the losing captain this evening. It is the captain of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed Hisham Sheikh. Hisham, unfortunate, but fancied your chances?
Yeah, I think we would have taken 147 any day on this wicket. But I think we've ourselves to blame for this loss. Me as well as Waji, if we would have stayed till the end, along with the other pinch hitters we have, I think we could have easily chased it 2 overs prior.
Low-scoring encounters, they're always a thriller. Where do you think it went wrong? Probably did not take as many singles as you would have wanted?
Not really. I think one of us just wanted to stay till the end, maybe me or Waji. My wicket and his wicket, I think, was the turning point. But apart from that, I think all positives.
We were all praises about Saudi Arabia. These are first visuals for us in this tournament, and it was fantastic with the ball, with the field. Yes, batting did not come to the party, but tell us something about Saudi Arabian cricket.
Yeah, I think you've just seen around 40 to 30% of our game. We are much better than this, and we are a better side than what we have seen today. We would have stopped another 10-15 runs, I believe, on the field, and as well as batted better. So, yeah, it's just better things to come.
Hard luck, and that smile, that is supposed to stay.
Thank you, sir.
Hard luck, Hashim. And with that, the winning captain, the captain who is going to come in with a smile here, Virendeep Singh. What a wonderful win. Something that could have happened last evening. You have to be facing the camera. They would want to see you smile. You have to be smiling because you have defended a low-scoring total. You were almost there yesterday. Today, you're crossing the line.
Yeah, I think good game of cricket today. The only thing is that I think we should look back at our batting. I think we could have got more runs on this wicket. The wicket is actually pretty good. But yeah, anyway, I think a win is a win. We'll take that. But a lot of positives to take from this game and a lot to work on as well.
I'm going to be asking you a difficult question. 180, 200? Where did that go?
Well, I mean, that's why I said, I always thought that this wicket is a very good one because if you have seen all the games that have been played on this wicket, the runs have always been very high. So I'm not, I think we really got to go back and look at where we are going wrong, in terms of our approach. Because I think we try to go in with the right intent and stuff, but, we just lose wickets at times and stuff. Even yesterday, the same thing happened. So I think, it's something that we have to look at as a team. And hopefully, the next time I tell you a target, I can get that.
Maybe you pushed a little bit too hard early on. Could that be the reasons of those downfalls?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I believe in getting as many runs as we can in the power play. So, and that's something we have discussed as a team as well, to go harder at the power play and stuff where, we can get the runs. But I think today it did not really work out well for us. I think getting on the first ball and stuff, I think the tempo slightly shifted towards the Saudi side. But yeah, I think overall, like I said, we can, look at and how we can fix all of this stuff and hopefully do better in the next game.
One final question. You've made the Malaysian fans smile. I'm sure they wouldn't have believed you would be the favourites at the halfway mark. How much did you believe in this run being defended?
Yeah, look, like I said during the toss, I think the last innings is always the toughest period to bat, and if you bowl in the right areas, you can actually get something out of the wicket as well. But yeah, so I think the credit goes to the bowlers today, and of course, I have to mention Akil's innings. I think he's the only one who, got us to where we got. I think 146 and stuff. It's below par. I wouldn't say it's a good score on the board, but I think the way Akil played after we lost the wicket and stuff, I think was brilliant. Good to see. But I think the bowlers, I think we realized after the 10th over, we realized that if you bowl it slower, you can get a bit of spin on this wicket. So that's where we changed our plans a little bit, and it worked out well for us.
Congratulations, and we are looking to see the best of Malaysia, and I believe it's yet to come.
Thank you so much.
We're end up seeing the captain of Malaysia. Thank you for joining us today. It was an entertaining evening and rather an entertaining day in all. But before we sign out, do not forget, Oman versus Cambodia. Oman, the home side, that is going to be playing in tomorrow here. So do join us in to catch all the live action. Tune into Fancode if you're in India, Kantipur TV if you're in Nepal, and obviously the ACC app or the page if you are anywhere around the world. That's it from us here at the Oman Cricket Academy. We'll see you tomorrow with a lot of action.
Some of the